Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to day 2 of the Warlock. We've been already pushing quite ahead. In case you missed it, we skipped some of the campaign by doing the Lightless Arbor, which was a little bit crazy, but hey, if it works, it works. So we went past the whole well-run part and everything. And we essentially went from like Act 3 to Act 5. And that's giving us a bit of a doozy now because, well, it's the first time of me doing this. And we're now trying to get used to the new reality of fighting a bit for our life. It is certainly interesting to, instead of like having everything like super easy, to struggle a bit. I mean, we're still, I think we're still like good enough in terms of like survival, but it is something. But it kind of fits the Warlock because Jesus, I'm so used to just like putting everything here in the middle, cursing them, putting down my fissures, right, shooting out my bolts, getting everything destroyed. So despite like maybe being under leveled for this, you know, because this is like a level 32 area and we're there and we're kind of taking some damage, it still feels like you're still feeling so powerful, right? Good to see. I still haven't decided like 100% what we all want to do. I think I'm also using a new loot filter today. That might or might not be good. Oh, ow. I'm not used to dying. Thing like there's death. There's the occasional death. When we're still using our golem because it's a simple why not. When right now it's mainly due to not having all the skills leveled that you need. So the golem is just like a no-brainer introduction of like just keeping you alive alongside all the other stuff. And where did I want to run? Yeah, I had to like lock out. I was almost done with this area, but then my family called me and they were like, could you please help? So my children needed me on that day. You just curse things, right? You just put down your chthonic fissure and then you just watch them fizzle out of existence. I could definitely need some. We could definitely need a different build than the shitty thing I have right now. And we just teleport, zoom a bit quicker through everything. We get more bone curse levels. That's good. We want these bone curse levels. Even though we're not actually using our bone curse, keep that in mind, right, Chad? Who wants to use their bone curse manually, and they can just poop on people and be good with it. An endurance ring, which might turn out to be a little bit better than what we have. Let's increase health regeneration and poison damage. This one is slightly better. I guess a bunch of resistances. I like that. Would you say it's worth it to do dungeons to level alts faster? Well, see, I did the dungeon for my alt to skip over the campaign. The problem is if you're really not used to this skipping, as I am, you're reaching a point. So again, right now this is a level 32 area and I'm level 30, right? So you're kind of like reaching an area where you might feel not ready for yet, and you take more damage than you should take. I mean, obviously, if you are an experienced player and you know what you're doing, then this is totally fine. But if you're not an experienced player and you're like still getting grips of the game and you're learning the ins and outs and all that kind of stuff, it might lead to you like really being at the point where you're like, yeah, sure, I got this handled, you know, but you know what, you don't actually have this handled. And this, like, I know roughly what I'm doing, right? I've made some very good builds, but I've never played Warlock before, so I'm still getting on grips with what the Warlock actually does. And it leads really to this point where you're in between, like, a bit over your head, you know? And you're trying to understand everything and trying to, like, learn your class while you're while you're also trying to survive. It's certainly an interesting experience. Don't recommend that for everyone, right? It's kind of fun. Builds are endless. I mean, that's the beauty about last Epoch, as you say. Builds are truly endless in my eyes. Yes, I mean there is so much potential. I mean, alone for my Necromancer, I made a bunch of builds, and yet despite making these bunch of builds, I can make even more builds. especially with all the different uniques. Every unique kind of opens up like a complete different way to play things. Like, do you play frost minions? Do you play fire minions? You know, like, do you play the warlock on bleed? Do you get a like infinite low life warding or whatever? So uniques truly don't just emphasize builds; they open up new roads to new ways of playing the class you've been playing in a certain way already, and the way how it should be, right? Now we upgrade the bone curse to, yeah, and we need another like few levels to go down there. We currently need to get level 35, so we can also start using... We can also, oh, there is my... Like you notice, there's a lot going on, right? And my poor golem just dies straight away because we are obviously not a golem monster. We are a warlock. We're still using the golem because we can. We notice where this is like, this is no cakewalk in the park cake, right? This is me just trying to meet ends, just trying to use what the game gives me here with my fissure to do a lot of damage. I mean, we're doing like really cool damages, but it is like getting used to. And this region is a 33 region, right? I'm 31, so we're slowly getting there. We're getting more damage. When we're doing also side quests, we're not supposed to, but this is all because we skipped. Like usually with our level 30, where would we be right now, Chad? With our level 30, we would be in 20 plus areas currently, I think, right? So you wouldn't be in these areas. We're only in these areas because, well, we skipped some things. And we would be like in way lower areas where you feel like you could hold your ground way better. But if we focus on things, we're also getting them relatively fast killed. I mean, these... Oh, ow. I didn't feel like I should have died there. A few hours in now playing Sorcerer, feeling that my build is falling off quite a bit. I think I have to push through a bit further. So if your build is falling off a bit, it can be that you're just having specialized into the wrong skill. It could also be that your build is just simply bad. So there's always a world where you feel bad. It might be that your passives are wrong. So when it comes down to passives, they make such a big difference because the passives truly determine like your continuous damage output, that you like keep doing damage, right? It's like that's like a very important thing to point out, that your passives are like essentially scaling you stronger and stronger. And if you're not scaling them the right way, you might really reach the point where you're like, somehow I feel like I'm not doing enough damage. But you are actually, like, you know, you're just, oh god, I just stepped into that poison. You're like on a good way, but you just need like that few extra percentages, right? I mean, usually you want to always be over leveled for the area where you're working in. I mean, see, like this is again where I'm saying like we're staying in an area where we're not over leveled for. And I might consider just jumping back in the campaign to just have an easier time because I'm simply just not 100% used to this. But then again, I'm a bit caught here into the I'm too stubborn to go back. No, I'm too stubborn to go back because I know I can also do this. It's just going to be like a bit of a struggle. But at the same time, I'm like, whoops. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, maybe you should not be too stubborn, but I refuse. You're going to skip 35 to 55. No, I skipped earlier. So 35 to 55, I like, if I skip that, I don't know what to do. Like I'm literally, not able to do that. Okay. I'm not able to skip that part. Swen, we skipped the early part. What do? You do necrotic damage, increased damage over time, which actually does work really well, but this is also necrotic damage and fire damage, so you're not really that much better. But you give me a little bit of ward per second, so you might actually be taken to just get a little bit of ward per second, because ward per second just keeps me healthy. Nice. We found a rec key yesterday for a dungeon. The dungeons are absolutely worth it, and you should do them. High recommendation if you haven't yet dabbled with dungeons. They are brilliant. You will love every dungeon you step into. But keep in mind that dungeons are actually hard. You know, dungeons are actually hard. They are very, like, they're not a cakewalk in the park cake. Okay. Dungeons are gonna bend you over like a pretzel, and they're gonna whisper things in your ears, and they're gonna make you very unhappy. But that's good, because dungeons should be that way. So they're not like to be taken lightly. It's quite cool, because I like that about this game. Every dungeon has like unique mechanics. Every dungeon has also a unique reason why they exist. That's very important. Because at the end of the dungeon, you can do something. You can like turn an item into a legendary. You can gamble. You can make a ginormous treasure vault. So that's also possible. There's a bunch of things that dungeons can actually do for you, and it's really, really cool to see, and really worth it to really experiment. But they're hard, you know. I mean, they get progressively harder. So that's the coolest part. So dungeons are hard, and they actually do get harder. They don't get easier, because you can do every dungeon in an ever rising. Where's my mouse? Oh, I lost it. So you can do dungeons in an ever rising difficulty. You essentially start in the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and like tier 4 is nothing to like laugh at. Like tier 4 is gonna be like, you know, who's your daddy? That's what we're talking tier 4 like. Okay. So high recommendation to do it, but also get ready to have your world rattled, you know? Nah, I'm gonna stay with the damage over time thingy. Oh, that's a passive point. See, like I'm not sure what passive to take right now here. We could take more mana for this, but I think we need more necrotic damage over time, probably. First enemies, yeah, probably should take that right now. I'm currently going a bit in blind with the Warlock when it comes down to leveling. Like I know the skill setup that I kind of want to take, unless my final skill, I haven't decided on that one yet. So like the base construct of how I want this build to work out, and then we now have to figure out how to take this then to the final level. So we want to essentially use the fissure. We want to use the teleporting to restore my mana, right? We want to just bomb them down with the orbs, because that kind of like works out very good. But we still got to know how do we want to take this now to the final. What's the end game? You know, like where do my passive points? I mean, during leveling, passive points don't really like. I don't fuss too much. I just take what makes me immediately stronger. And then later we go for deeper synergies. You can bring a friend with you in the instance. I'm playing offline. Always playing offline. Because I don't want to be bothered by online not working, right? I mean, imagine online doesn't work. Oh wait, we're still not there? Yikes. So what we're doing right now is, for the people that just joined, we teleport in to spread our bone curse. Then we kind of straight up bomb them with our fissure to do more damage. And then we just do the chaos bolts on top of them to trigger the bone curse. So the bone curse like does like this more necrotic damage, or more physical damage, which we're going to turn into necrotic damage. And then also when we transplant, we restore mana. It's actually really nice. We lose bonus HP for doing it, but I think it's fine. Because you can do 1, 2, then you transplant in. Then you spam a bit of the bolts, then you do more fissures, right? Then you transplant again to get your mana back. Spam the fissure to then transplant in again. Right? Actually really fun gameplay loop. Gotta look out to kill these mages, because they're right now, they don't feel good to fight, chat. Oh, ow. Let me tell you that. Due to... Oh, why did I get spawned here? I feel like I should have not gotten spawned there. Oh, wait. I don't even see what killed me there. I thought I have full HP. When leveling an alt, I stick to the same mono even though you die. I mean, this is my first alt I'm leveling, and I'm treating that essentially as just going with a new character. I know there is ways to essentially like level alts different, but you know, as someone who is new to the last Epoch franchise, you're kind of like, I'll just level it how I leveled my first character. There is obviously some shortcuts to take, but on the other hand, what for? I mean, the more shortcuts you take, the sooner you're in the monolith stage, the sooner you're level 90, the sooner you're kind of like done again. Because that again, that is what it boils down to, right? I mean, for me personally, level 90 and done. So if you again go too fast through everything, then you kind of reach this point of like you're done with that character. This is my philosophy there. And I kind of like comparing nodes, you know? How easy was it to go through with a necromancer? How hard was it to go through with a warlock? And I have to say the warlock is feels less powerful. But again, this is like the self-caused less powerful due to me jumping ahead in content, you know? But I now feel like he is just less powerful, but which he's not. He's not less powerful. It just feels like that. It's definitely fun to use the chthonic fissure and the teleport together. An interesting mana creation. Fire mini Nekker is fun, absolutely. Is there a way to play Nekker as melee? I mean, you can use you can use obviously your melee skeletons and so on, and what you can use is harvest. I haven't seen like any harvest like build that's really profiting much from harvest, and like that harvest, like, you know, it's the skill you want to use, but you can do things, right? There's no reason to technically not do that stuff. No one says it's the most efficient way to do things, but you can certainly choose to play your Necro more melee oriented, and to also use more melee oriented skills and minions and everything, right? So that's possible. But obviously, like you usually when you're using minions, you're trying to stay away from the sources of damage, right? Because why would you jump into the sources of damage when you can? I mean, right now the only reason I'm kind of jumping in things is because I want the mana back with Bone Curse, right? So I need to transplant in to get the mana back. I'm also I have like no sense of self-preservation. No, listen, chat. I have no sense of self-preservation. I lost that a long while ago. I'm just dive bombing enemies, despite being like a weird caster with not much armor. It's kind of like my shtick, like my bread and butter. How could you not? I think we're also finally catching up level-wise to where we are here right now, so that's good to see. Because before we're kind of like stuck. But I feel like do you like how much mana the Transplant actually creates, and how much damage it kind of creates? I'm a huge fan of Transplant. It's such a fun skill. That does way more than I ever anticipated it to do. Like at the beginning, Transplant seems like such a basic skill, right? Okay, just get some teleporting. Then the more like you look at what Transplant can actually do for you. Oh wow. What Transplant can actually do for you in terms of like auto first cast and bonus double explosions and all that kind of things. It's really cool. Oh, he just died. Poor guy. Requires Ring of Remedy. Nah. for me. Okay, we kind of made it through this.
Don't ask her
And we
about
can
the
kind of
diamond
get
leaf.
things.
You'll regret it.
Like to jump into combat as I'm a team player. I'm like that. That's fantastic. We love to hear you jumping into combat. Okay, now what's the... Wait, did I have to go left side around? I had to go left side around, right? Let's get some more beefy here right now. And we're still in the level 33 area, but finally at least caught up level wise, you know? So that I'm not like completely getting eaten by anything anymore. Because when I joined this area, everything was 5 levels higher. Okay? 5 levels higher, chat. That definitely felt somewhat daunting. And you definitely had your share of personal struggles there. I mean, considering that the main reason I could actually skip over things was that I also got myself the I couldn't die bug, right? It's kind of like self-caused issues again. Oh, hello. I forget that you're here. I literally forget you exist, Bone Furnace. I know that's rather impolite, but it is what it is. What can I say? Yeah, this is teleport, fissure. I mean, he might be like a fire golem, right? But my fissure actually, what does it do? It shreds fire resistance too. So even if he was like a main fire resistance thingy, being consequently shredded by my shit.
No, she told me it'd take the courage.
And there we go.
I didn't expect this, but it's one step closer to giving her
Wait,
a piece of my mind.
Can I not teleport forward? No, wait, which there. No, fine. Yeah. I use Transplant instead of Dreadshade in your volatile zombie build. It works good. I mean, yeah, you can use Transplant instead of Dreadshade. That's for sure. Especially with the bone curse. Sure. Yeah. You can definitely use that. It's like, you're gonna like, you know, it's like you're gonna probably miss out on damage, but you know what? You are, but it might as well work. It definitely makes things more auto cast, and as we just said, we love it when things are auto cast. I don't know how you feel about this, chat, but if I can turn things into automatically being cast. It's 4:30 a.m. and you have no clue why you're awake. I mean, 4:30 seems like a very good time to be awake for me, personally.
Impossible.
But I'm also questionable, you know? I'm also a very questionable entity to be awake at that time. Okay, only 2 more levels and we get our next specialization. That's gonna be good.
Yes.
Can we have like a quest to hand in here? Oh no, I have to go back to the Shining Cove, right? Turn to the Shining Cove. I mean, we get this unlocked here right now, so let me go back. I think there was passive points in, right? Oh no, really? I have to teleport around? Seriously? Now that this is like not so much higher level than me anymore, this finally feels like, you know, this finally feels like how it should have felt in the beginning. That I can dive in here without like getting eaten alive by everything. Oh. Remember when he said, oh, like they just died to my Jesus, the Fisher does so much damage. Remember what I said about not getting eaten alive for everything? Yep, that one.
Impossible.
I like to press button instead of autocast. See, I appreciate that. You know, I can understand it. On the other hand, I just want most of my skills to be autocast. I think having a rotation of 1 to 3 skills is fine. But like if I have to literally press 5 skills to make builds work, I'm kind of like, I mean, you know? Just found a 4 LP dagger. Geez, 4 LP dagger is pretty good, Russian. 3 buttons comfortable, exactly. I mean, 1 button combo is stupid, Meek. Like, I'm totally with you. Why would I play a one button combo? Like, I want to have a rotation of a few skills to use, but I don't want to like have to press like 5 skills in concert every single time, right? I mean, having like one summoner so hovering around you is nice. And then I like my fissure is also like, I mean, end of the day, not really a cast, right? I do the fissure and then I hold down R. So currently in this build, it's a combination of teleport, fissure them, and then R them, right? Teleport, fissure, R. And then do another fissure. That's the cool part about fissure. That's like a one-time click skill, and then it kind of does what fissure does. So I appreciate that greatly. It sounds like we're eternally lazy, and yes, we are. When if you think about back World of Warcraft, right, where your skill bar is full of like 40 skills, and you're kind of like rotating through them, and you get like that 8 skill rotation, and then you make yourself a macro, so your 8 skill rotation is pressing the same button 8 times. So yeah. 23 skills seems reasonable. What difficulty is that right now? Like, this is actually 35. Jeez. And I thought I finally caught up in levels, right? And here we are doing 35 again. I say it just a second ago, like, we finally caught up in levels, Chad. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? Like, yeah, listen, 35. So even in this fight, it's kind of like fissure, get the mana back, fissure, get the mana back, curse it, fissure, get the mana back, golem, because golem is just too good to not play, curse, fissure, curse, fissure, bolt him. Take the sapphire tablet. Poison fissure looks sick. Yes. Fissure generally looks like a very visual appealing skill, right? Oh no, could we now skip? Oh no, I am not ready for any kind of skip here. Chihuahua. If I would do the temporal sanctum, what level is the temporal sanctum? I don't have the key with me. I am not ready for any kind of skips, chat. Listen, we can't do that. Whew, Bruce, good to see you there. How are you doing? I'm definitely not ready for any kind of fancy skippity dibbities. Yes. When I'm barely keeping one-on-one together here, huh? Barely staying alive at top of my game. Wait, do you get ward when I'm channeling? Does this count as channeling? Chaos bolts when I do them? Or does it not count as channeling? That's a very good question. 55 is baseline? Oh, yikes. Not ready for that. Does ward count as channeling? Does Chaos bolts count as channeling? Yeah. Maybe? Oh yeah, that's a good question. Doesn't have a channel tag. But what does count as channeling then? Because you're kind of channeling now, or no, you're casting it multiple times. Sure. Hey, I agree. You're actually not channeling it. You're just casting it many times in a row, right? Okay, that is a very annoying opponents here right now. All this weird ass damage over time, shabambo bambo. Don't like that. Everyone just coming crawling out of their hold. Drain life is channeling. Yeah, but only if you use drain life as a channel skill. Yeah, sure, I can see that. Drain life is channeling, so that wouldn't work the way I wanted it to. Like, these two passive points were now useless, apart from giving me a threshold. Threshold is like, where threshold doesn't hurt to have, right? I'm like, sure, why not? Yet I feel like we have improved damage wise,
Your death has come.
right? If you try making an army necro, you had multiple army necros, to be honest. My favorite necro is so far the zombie necro. The zombie necro has been a great joy to play. In case you missed that build. The Wraith Lord was also kind of cool, but I just have a heart for zombies that explode. No, what can I say? I just have a heart for zombies that explode and do explodey zombie things. You know, it's kind of cool. I mean, who doesn't? Let's be fair. Who doesn't like exploding zombies, right? Huh? Exactly. As I thought, Chan. As I thought. Stupid puking worms. Familiar mummified Nagasa of rot. Sure. That's a mouthful, lady.
It eludes me.
It eludes me. Hardnecker's fun. I mean, right now we're trying to use Chaos Bolt in the upgraded version. I don't actually know what points to put into Chaos Bolt yet. I haven't completely decided. So we're trying to reach level 35 and we're extremely close. And as soon as I'm level 35, the shit begins for real, because that's where I then am able to, oops. That's where I then am able to specialize. And that specialization is going to truly be interesting, because it's like next to my fissure, it's the main damage you're putting down, especially as you're doing Chaos Bolt on top of the Bone Curse. So if there's any interaction, by the way, my resistances are ass, but I mean, we knew that. What do we have? Boots of Purity. And I'm currently running around with some weird ass boots of non-existence. Don't worry, they're just placeholder boots of weirdness. Your golem keeps dying. Any tips on making it more tanky? I mean, like more minion health, probably. Also, your golem dying is kind of okay. It doesn't matter. Like your golem is just there to soak up a bit. My main advice is usually to just invest a little bit in minion life. I mean, I had a minion life roll on my helmet, I think, as an exalted roll for like 300% or something in that direction. So that helped a lot to have all minions stay alive. Especially, like, don't forget that minion life also means more ward on death, because when they die, they give you ward. So minion life has many applications, more than just like making your minions more healthy, because you don't need it for the zombies. But more minion life essentially means more ward, more everything. So it's kind of like how you have to look at that. Yeah, I hate these like rot puking stupid. There we go. No, shit, I thought I'm leveled up finally. We just got points into fissure again, so we wanted 2 points in here. We want the transplant to give me more mana on hit. Because here, this is like, see, when I transplant, I just get so much mana. It's beautiful. Since this is like the main weakness of the Warlock right now, mana. Beltia, thank you for the 37 months of support. Since I finished university, I barely have time for gaming or watching streams left. But when I get the chance to do so, I want to thank you big time, as your wonderful content helped me through the hardest times in my life. Beltier, thank you for the support, despite not having the many times to watch anymore. And I mean, I'm happy you're thriving, like, right? Would be weird as a creator to not be happy about your community thriving, so congratulations. I'm happy to see that you don't have time for gaming, because let's be fair, often also a huge time with gaming and streaming has to do with something in your life not going 100% awesome, right? I mean, if you find yourself having more than enough time for that, it might be that you're currently looking for a job, or you should be studying, or something like that. So it's good to see our community thriving. And now we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. So close. Does your golem die? Not that often, but as I said, I have the life. What you might have missed in the golem mastery. So when you do golem masteries, this node down here, the hunger node, because the golem gets health points per hit where he heals himself up. And it's good to see you there, brother. So like that's how I've been mostly keeping my golem alive, by just having him in like those bonus health points. Okay, the sooner I'm out of this area with the rot snakes, the happier I am. They're so annoying. I think we have to go here. Summon a new golem. Good, I'm disabled with spinal injuries. Gaming is more of a daily task instead of just fun. Wish I could work again and be more social. It's not always the case, right? I mean, some people just have more time for gaming. Some people have less time for gaming. It is what it is. But you know, it's just often, like, if in my 10 years of content creation, you notice that it's often when people have a lot of time for the stream, that is also combined with something in their life not going 100% like they would like it to. And then when you know, their life goes the way they like it to, then they have less time for the stream again. So what are we gonna do? Case bolts have increased cast speed and projectiles travel faster. Case bolts do more damage as it hits deal, and it hits deal more damage to curse enemies. So that would be good for curse enemies, right? Have a chance per dexterity? Nah. Wait. Wow, you can do harvest on hit. That's interesting. Case bolts release additional projectiles but have a higher mana cost. No, I don't want that. Okay, they have a chance to ignite enemies. Case bolts hits deal more damage to damned, ignited, bleeding, and frostbitten. Yeah, I have damned, ignited. I don't know if I'm bleeding. Chance to inflict damned. Then you have case bolts. Base necrotic is converted to physical. No, you want necrotic on them. That's for sure. Case bolts do more damage over time equal to the portion of your missing health. I mean, I'm kind of like... Oh, here, you want this one, right? The burn. So you want your chaos bolts to increase the duration of the fissure. Okay, and then you have a chance to like bleed them or whatever. I guess I like that. I mean, extending the duration of my fissure is like an actual no-brainer. Right now, if I'm already using chaos bolts, and if this is what I'm doing, like chaos bolting things and then hurting them over time, right? Then it would make no sense to not do it this way. I mean, it's funny how strong the fissure is, because I might die, right? But everything else also dies. It's like everything else always dies. Kind of crazy. Okay, I need more armor. I feel like at this point currently. And right now, I'm just putting my passive points a little bit liberally. I'll definitely be having to sit down. Maybe how we compare favor last epoch comparatively to passive exile in your opinion? Well, so personally, I don't like passive exile much. I enjoy passive exile, playing through passive exile to beat the campaign. But as soon as I reach the Path of Exile endgame, I stop playing Path of Exile. Whereas, like, last Epoch is definitely more user-friendly, more accessible. The crafting system, in my eyes, is also one of the best crafting systems, better than what last Epoch has as well. Better than what Path of Exile has as well. So I guess if you're an absolutely ultra hardcore enthusiast, like, Path of Exile will still be better for you, but just because the game is just really made to be for the absolutely hardcore enthusiasts. Where Last Epoch is right in between. You can play this relatively casual, but you can also try hard a nice and a high amount. And I just personally do like the end game of this one more than the end game of Path of Exile. A lot of people obviously don't understand this, how I cannot like the Path of Exile end game, but it is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm a special nut job, as it seems, for not enjoying the PoE end game. I should be locked up and beaten. That's at least what I was told. Are you going to TwitchCon in Rotterdam? Maybe. No confirmation yet of 100%. So it's a big maybe. Oh, I got a tiny idol. Damage. Weird. Increase minion damage, increase minion health. By the way, this also makes a huge difference if you're gonna be... Yeah, how like your minions are gonna feel by having the right rings and everything. Like they make a big difference in everything. Like if your rings are shit, everything will feel shit, right? Your drops have all been minions. I know how you feel. I mean, all my uniques, like until I was level 65, 70, I have only like I've only gotten like uniques for everything but minions. And then as I reached 65, 70, I finally started getting minion related uniques. So that was cool. Just took like a long while to essentially pick up. So yeah, I might be going TwitchCon, but honestly, from a like mainly to me community, from a content creator, like let's say business perspective, it's a waste of time and money. So just like from a straight up business perspective, right, going there. From a human perspective, of being able to meet your community, of see some people there, it's a cool thing for sure. Mine is always like you're kind of like you're in the creator industry, right? You are a creator and then you don't go to the event. Is something that can feel bad because I mean, no, like end of the day, you're part of this industry and then you're just locking yourself up in a room, as you should, right? I mean, how dare you to step out? You're supposed to make videos and so on and not enjoy yourself at conventions. Seriously now, Chad, what the fuck? I thought I told you to stay home, right? I mean, end of the day, the ARPG genre right now is very varied and has so much to offer, no matter which games you like. If you like ARPGs, you're eating well, right? There is PoE, there is Last Epoch, there is Diablo 4, and all of these games are getting periodically updated. I mean, cannot complain that you know, like I mean, in the shooter genre, what do you have? Like in the shooter genre, it's really limited, or the VR genre, right? Like there is many different VRs out there, but if you like, for example, realistic warlike VRs with like good gunplay, you're only limited to PUBG. There's no other VR for you. You know, if you like this fast-paced VR, you have to play Warzone. And if you then like more into this comic-y thingy, then you're still like that's Fortnite. There's like no two Fortnites or no two Warzones or no two PUBGs, right? I mean, but when you like ARPGs, there's all these cool ARPGs out there, like all these ARPGs, right? That you can choose from and that you could enjoy. So I find that cool. I mean, arena shooters would be what? Counter-Strike. Tactical arena shooters with heroes would be Siege. But there's like no second Siege or anything. Right? There's no alternative to Siege. I think that comes even remotely close to that. Well, Gear's good for Warlock. Create a spell damage. Depends on what version of the Warlock you're going for. I mean, for me, it's currently like a lot of fire, damage over time, necrotic, in that direction. Crit definitely works too, because damage over time can actually crit. It's very important, right? This is not Diablo 4, Chad. Damage over time can crit in this game, which does make a big difference. That damage over time can crit, because that allows you to actually go for damage over time. Why are we having that mage follow us? I thought we had the mage ignored. He just decided to follow us. That is actually a problem, Sir Mage. That was not the intention of this. Oh shit. Gotta look out because he's like sitting in this pool of poo-poo, and I don't want to sit in that pool of poo-poo. It's funny though because we're like fighting this mage, and we're again like we're underleveled for this area. Okay, Exile Mage, we're not looking for any beef here, right? We're not looking to destroy you, but you wanted the hunk and you got the bonk. Okay, what do I have? I have ward decay threshold, ward gain on potion use per 10 intelligence. Sure, we can do that. I get increased damage over time. Fantastic. Can definitely put on increased damage over time. There you go. Time to destroy some of this shit. Guess it helps if this is like your second character and you get like all the runes of shattering and everything. If I'm lazy, I'll just destroy some items instead of selling them. And if you hate life, you play League of Legends. Yes. Yes. But that's obvious, right? Okay, soon Bone Curse is necrotic damage, and I'm intrigued to see how much damage difference that will do. Because if Bone Curse is necrotic damage, I mean, necrotic damage again is what we're kind of boosting up here right now. So how much different is that truly going to make? Right? Is there a dot cap in this game? Thus, I cannot answer you. I would almost say no. Because there's no reason for the existence of a dot cap, but I simply don't know. I never felt like dot caps were a good thing. I mean, if you want to overload something with dots, then just who's like to stop you from doing the absolute unreasonable thing of just pumping someone full of dots? It's also like always such a hard nerf to dots if you do that, right? Oh, you can only apply XXX dots. Yeah, but what if I just want to, you know, what if I just want to like absolutely poison my enemies so they're just literally like drowning in shit? What if I want to do that? Who are you to stop me from doing this? Right? You're not my real mom. Please don't attack me for loving League of Legends to death. There's nothing wrong with loving League of Legends to death. I simply cannot. I have played probably way too much. But it's mostly that I just don't enjoy playing team games anymore. You know? Team games is a 100% course of frustration in online gaming. Especially when you play with friends who suck. That being said, who does actually have friends that are good? Right, chat? Who does have friends to begin with? Are you using Max Pro Leveling Warlock Guide? No. No, sir. I'm winging it right now. When I put myself together by looking at the skills, what I want to use, what combination I want to use for the build. And now we're looking how to supplement. I mean, we are teleporting to put on Bone Curse. Then our Bone Curse, then our teleportation is also restoring our mana, which is kind of like cool, as you can see. I lose some HP to that. And then with our Chaos Bolts, we're essentially doing damage nukings. And since we have the Chaos Bolt specialization happening, yeah, like the damage nuking is going really good. So we definitely improved this just from a mere output. Like again, like, you know, fissure, curse them, and then bolt them. And since it all works like hand in hand, because your bolts do more damage if the opponent is like cursed and burning and that kind of stuff, right? But your bolts also apply these status conditions themselves as well. But here, like they do more damage if someone is, and they do more damage like to everything. So like they're burning, they're warded, they're damned, they're blah, they're whatever. And I just do more damage. Plus on top of this, like we're gonna have our actual physical damage from the Bone Curse be now turned into... Our physical damage from the Bone Curse is going to be turned into necrotic damage, which is going to become rather interesting. Oh yeah, and did I mention that our fissure gets longer when we Chaos Bolt things? So we do even more damage over time, right? Yeah, I mean, Last Epoch is too complicated and too time consuming. There's like, these are the two things that like everyone will tell you about Last Epoch, PoE, even the people that play PoE, right? It's just what PoE is, and like it's intended this way. So again, what's the design principle behind PoE? PoE was to be the hardcore ARPG, right? So it needed hardcore ARPG mechanics. Obviously, the problem is when you make a hardcore ARPG with hardcore ARPG mechanics, that it will end up maybe being a bit convoluted to casually enjoy at times, right? I mean, there's a reason why Last Epoch, why PoE never had millions of players. And because it is meant to be niche. And the same kind of goes for Last Epoch. So Last Epoch is a bit in the middle between. So it's tryhardable, it's still casual. I wouldn't call it as casual as Diablo ever was, because Diablo is like the casual of casual, right? Even Diablo 2. Maybe not Diablo 1 and Diablo 3 as well. So they're all very, very casual and easy to understand, right? They don't have any complicated systems. So yeah. Gonna choose the game that fits to your lifestyle, I guess, right? I mean, for example, if you have time at work to think about the games you play, and if you have time at work to tinker around with builds and whatsoever, because you're enjoying the game so much, I mean, then Last Epoch could, for example, be one of these games to actually enjoy, because then it can be your hobby, like to deep dive even further into the game, right? But if you just want to come home, play the game, and, you know, like easily wing the game, then something like PoE can be overwhelming. Where Last Epoch, I mean, you can literally come home and just wing Last Epoch. I mean, without, like, you obviously have to read the skills. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, right? You gotta read the skills, so you're gonna be like hovering over and see that, okay, this does damage over time, this does fire damage, this does necrotic damage. So at least try to understand the basics, and then from there on out, you can actually really simply pick up on what you need. I mean, let's be fair, right? Like, every skill tells you what it needs. I mean, for my bolts, I need fire, necrotic, area, and intelligence. Sure, I can do that. For my chthonic fissure, I need damage over time, curse, intelligence, fire, necrotic. Right? Like, all these things, they're just in your face, literally. Like you have to, like, try to not understand. Now then, to obviously make all the pieces work together, right? You figured out what Bone Curse does, but you kind of don't want to cast Bone Curse every single time. And then knowing that your Transplant, for example, can do Bone Curse for you, and then you have to hire the Bone Curse area, so that when you Transplant, you're essentially doing it on the biggest area. Headhunter, thank you for the 29 months of support, Headhunter. Very good to see you there. Pleasure to have you with the Knights of the Round Stable. What we can do, though, is we can look at the max roll Warlock leveling guide if you want to. I mean, we can have an eye on it and see how I like this. See, they're using Rip Blood, Spirit, Plague, Bone Curse. They're not even using the teleport as I do right now. Here, they're using something similar. This should be something similar down the line. Let's see, skills and passives. Okay, so we got final setup. They're not using Transplant anymore. They have Rip Blood for no reason. So we got the Chthonic Fissure, and the Chthonic Fissure in this case is actually being turned into Blood Gulch for bleed. So they're making this fire and physical attacks, right? Instead of ignite. Gravitas, thank you for the 3rd month. Gravitas, very good to see you there. So they're changing this completely different, and then they're having this still, like, not even interact with the other stuff. They have something with Bone Curse, right? Chaos Bolts hits against cursed enemies cast Bone Curse at their location. Really? We can cast even more Bone Curses? What? Oh, I kind of want to try that out because it sounds so much fun. Chaos Bolt's base necrotic damage is converted to physical. No, that's stupid. So if I wanted to use this, I would have to go from the right side. That is Chaos Bolt's hits against cursed enemies, regain health and what? So you're telling me that I'm essentially restoring mana by doing things? Oh, you get me. Chaos Bolts refresh the duration of your curses on them and grant you health per curse. Let me do it, Chad. I need to go there. I need this. I need this in my life. See, like now things are looking good. Then let's see. Well, what are they doing on the passive tree? So that is. So we're having here like the damage over time. You have the bleed chance, but again, bleed chance doesn't make sense because we don't do it. This armor that's channeling, we don't channel. That's more intelligence. Intelligence is good. That would be more vitality, which is a nice thingy. You have chance to gain haste for 2 seconds when you kill a cursed enemy or hit a cursed boss or a rare enemy. That's actually pretty good. You take less damage from withered enemies. That's what we do. When you directly cast a curse skill, you also afflict the number of enemies. I don't cast directly curse, right? Oh, you get ward per second? Wait, you can get ward per second? Wow. Give me ward per second. Transplant with Bone Curse is fun. Yeah, that's my main cast is Transplant with Bone Curse. But if I can Transplant with Bone Curse, okay? And then on top of transplanting with Bone Curse, okay, he's hitting like the ceiling. So on top of transplanting with Bone Curse, you would also have your bolts refresh the curses as well. Then you just got it going on the whole time. Because my main reason to use the Transplant, Bone Curse, and Transplant is because Transplant restores mana. So I can go Ghost Flame, Transplant, and then like, you know, I get the mana back as you've seen. That's kind of nice. If I can now have my Chaos Bolts also return mana to me, then I'm essentially like an infinite casting machine. Like I can never run out of what I do, right? And if my Chaos Bolts also heal me on top of that, I can essentially just stand there and like you just out heal the damage you're actually taking. That seems kind of like a fun idea. And if we then put ward into the mix, that kind of nice. I'm not sure if that is how I want to do it, or if I just want to work more on ward generation and then ward per second, and then you get like so much ward per second that's not even funny anymore. But for leveling right now, this seems like so simple to put together, right? I still have to figure out what direct path I want to take with Fissure, because I'm not 100% happy with the Fissure path I'm taking right now. I feel like there's more damage that I'm not having, or that I could have, that I need to work on a little bit. Don't know yet. Jitterit, thank you for the brand new subscription. Welcome. Also, chat, if you do have your Prime Gaming sub, don't forget to use the summer on Twitch. There's still Twitch drops running, so you can actually gain them. Thank you also for YouTube, for so many of you tuning in. You can fissure with Chaos Bolts too. Yeah, what I'm currently doing is I'm extending the duration of fissure. I'm extending the duration of fissure with the Chaos Bolts. That does seem to work plenty well for what we're doing.
Here I was.
Remember, right now the question rather is, what is my final skill, Chan? What's the last skill I can use? Because right now we're using Summon Bone Golem. But we're only using Summon Bone Golem because we have nothing else that makes sense, and it's a nice passive skill, right? So when I summon Bone Golem, I don't have to do anything with it. I essentially just summon it, and there it is, right? It just does what it does. That's where I'm thinking about adding Profane Veil to this, because Profane Veil, if I understood Profane Veil correctly, would be kind of like a Blood Mist-esque skill that allows me to essentially be not hit by things, kind of like cool. Any brains? See, like how fast everything dies now. Like we get like the curse amplifying our damage, and we still haven't turned the curse necrotic yet, right? We need one more level to turn the curse necrotic, and then things are looking really good, because then when the curse is necrotic, because we're necrotic shredding. So the thing is, we don't do any armor shred, right? But our fissure actually does necrotic shred and fire shred. So if we turn now the damage that Transplant does, and it's substantial damage, if we now turn that into necrotic and we're necrotic shredding the opponent's armor, right? Right, Sean? Does that sound kind of appealing to you? Because it does for me. Right, okay, no, well, nothing sounds appealing about necrotic shredding an opponent, but in real life, it's a game, right? Yeah, see, good call for the Profane Veil. Gives you turbo damage. See, that's like right now the plan. I just haven't really looked at Profane Veil, what we can do with it. You know, like I know roughly what Profane Veil does, but I haven't looked into the skill tree, how to amplify my current setup. This is kind of like how I'm building things together. But it's funny how everything is kind of working hand in hand already, very decent, without much effort. So we get this, and we want it to go down the right side. Exactly. Then we get Transplant, and Transplant is currently, again, giving me mana, but is hiring the cooldown, or reduce the cooldown. And Fissure was doing what? Fissure was giving me more necrotic damage with more ailments. So yeah, what does Profane Veil do, chat? Profane Veil, channel to conceal yourself within a Profane Veil that deals necrotic damage over time to enemies around you. And while concealed, you dodge every hit, but you can still take damage from damage over time effects. So you essentially go like, Veil. And then you just gotta see, what does Veil actually act with? Is there a Fissure, for example? Does it do anything with Fissure? I mean, there's a Fissure symbol, right? Does it do anything with Chaos Bolts? Or whatsoever, or does it here with necrotic? So we have like more necrotic stuff, right? This Wandering Spirit, that would be necrotic into fire conversion, so that would do more fire damage. That's necrotic into physical. I can see like how it interacts with our existing skills. So many synergies. I mean, everything has synergies. You just gotta find out the ones that are truly worth it to bank into, because obviously, like, if there's so many, there's also many that don't make sense, right? That just essentially exist to exist sometimes. You're like, The advantage of Profane Veil is it's a cooldown skill. So like you wouldn't have another skill you permanently are using. Whereas like these three skills I'm having here right now is what I'm permanently using, right? Fissure into teleport into bomb. Okay, this is more ward per second. I need more ward threshold probably. Yeah. Bleed is very good. Yeah, but I'm not planning to go for bleed in this case. I mean, I might add bleed to the fray, but right now we're focusing on necrotic and fire, essentially. Fissure can cast literally anything. Yeah, Fissure can even make zombies. I know that Fissure can make explosive zombies, which is kind of cool. And having that weird skill that can literally do everything for you, right? One Fissure to rule them all. You can reduce the cooldown of Veil. I don't want to reduce the cooldown of Veil. That was the whole point. I like that it has a cooldown. Let me have Veil have a cooldown, okay? Wrong direction. What if I want that to have a cooldown? Oh, I mean, the damage Fissure does is truly extraordinary. It just often feels like Fissure's a bit slow, right? So that's what I liked about my volatile zombies. You just do them and then they go, right? On the other hand, Fissure just kills everything behind you slow. I mean, like you do this and then you just go on. See, like do this, and you know Fissure like does enough damage to just wipe him out. So I don't have to actually, like, I can cast double Fissure, right? I don't have to use any other skill, and like look the poor lats are just dying, right? Don't have to bother essentially. Just Fissure, and then Fissure, and then Fissure, and then we teleport and we have our mana restore. And if I feel like it, you know, we just do some more damage, and we Fissure. And if I want to do the most devastating blow, it's always going to be teleporting on them. Because if I teleport on them, we get the bone curse. And that's essentially where the bonus damage comes from. So like right now, with the teleport on them, they just take more, right? And they just die faster. Well, that's bone curse into a necrotic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my bone curse does necrotic damage. Now we're even more mean than we were before. And we already were mean. Now I only need my Chaos Bolts to also heal me, and then I'm good. Okay, sir, like, it would be good if you just stop attacking me and just start going for my golem. Through that. Thank you very much. I seriously, thank you very much. What are you doing? Oh, what are you? It's 38% chance to gain ward on hit. Wait, ward on hit and then ward on... Oh, that's kind of cool. Fire damage, more resistance, and doing threshold. I want fire Necker on my warlock. Yes, I like fire and thing right now. Oh, I need to return to the city. But what if there's more experience to be gained here? Okay, there's not more. There is not more experience to be gained. So I am also in favor of fire burn for sure. That's another passive point. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to really use the ward per second here together with a ward threshold, because having like more ward threshold is kind of cool. We gotta work with this. We're probably gonna also work with a bit more ward in the beginning, because you can do that too, right? I mean, I put my skill points very random here. When you cast fire skills, no withering chance on hit. What does withering even do? Each stack of withering increases damage taken from curses by 10%. Oh, wow. And can stack up to 20 times. Oh, wow. Wow. What? What? Isn't that an absolute no-brainer? That's an absolute no-brainer, right? What would I rate the game from 1 to 10? I'd give it an 8 for sure. I think it's being held back by its graphics a bit. I mean, that's just personal though. If the game had more beautiful graphics, I would enjoy it even more. So that's probably like the only thing that I really think holds it back right now. I mean, then again, a lot of people don't actually like the end game, and there is no story. I mean, there is a story, but let's be fair, the campaign, the cutscenes, and everything is absolutely lackluster in comparison to, let's say, Diablo 4 in this case. But like, you're not playing action RPGs for the story usually, right? Did you play No Rest for the Wicked? Sadly, I have not gotten early access yet to No Rest for the Wicked, but I am actively working on getting in there, chat. I'm working actively to get contact to the No Rest for the Wicked devs, because I obviously would like to truly participate in what this game has to offer and where it's going. So yes, I will be doing No Rest for the Wicked. I mean, ARPG paired with Souls-like games. That's exactly my bread and butter. That's what I do. That's what I live and thrive for, right? I mean, like I think No Rest for the Wicked has million view potential on every single guide. So yes, I am very excited for it. And I wish I was just hyping, you know, like paid hype here, chat. Yeah, Pony's just way too excited for this for no reason. Sorry, it's not a paid hype. It's just an actual hype. For someone seeing a trend coming to a good game coming, right? Sometimes you're allowed to be excited, right? I hate these bigger guys. They're annoying. I mean, they die easy, but they're still annoying. Oh, you split in two. How dare you? I wasn't ready for that. Are the servers now stable or is this offline mode? I am playing offline mode, but that's more by choice because I'm not planning to play with anyone. I'm not planning to trade. So for me, like, there's just no reason to play online, essentially. You know? Maybe so I can also use my offline character trainer super cheats. You know how it is. But yeah, just no reason for me to play offline. Online. I'm happy we truly recovered from us skipping content, chat. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, we recovered from us skipping content. I mean, we're still dying in between because I'm essentially just being very impatient and newbie boobing around. Here, we're getting there. So now I'm getting also healed and mana back for using my Chaos Bolts. That was something I've been waiting for now. Having my mana returned to me. Servers are fine. Yes, as far as I understood, servers are fine. Oh, well, what did you have to do again? Ah, yeah. Right this. Impossible. Servers seem to be fine. Gear Chase is a blast. Then Endgame Mace, Gear, Trevelyan, and Last Epoch. I mean, I like the endgame grind in Epoch in terms of like how fast you can get stuff with the Circle of Fortune. Because I want my builds to work, right? And the Circle of Fortune allows me to target the respective gear I need with a Rune of Ascendancy and so on as well. It's like really cool when you're looking for something. How fast? Oh god, did you see how much life I just got there? Nice. Okay, this is what I was looking for. To have Chaos Bolt essentially work exactly that way. So if I would teleport into these guys and they would essentially damage me back, that my Chaos Bolt would still work in a way that they just replenish my HP, as you can see here, and I don't die, right? Because we're getting health on hitting dudes. We're essentially just absolutely clapping their cheeks, right? So I can teleport in, I can get my ward per second, which keeps me healthy, but most importantly, I can just stand inside of everyone while Chaos Bolting, right? And I don't die. Finally. Okay, I should have done that earlier. I think my biggest mistake right now was not specializing in Chaos Bolt earlier. So I think I should have kicked out the Bone Curse specialization probably for a time being. We'll take that later. Just like how Chaos Bolt just keeps me healthy. I mean, it's stupid because this is the piece of the puzzle that has been missing. You know, it's the piece of the puzzle that I was looking for the whole time to understand how will I survive. I mean, now boosting my armor, boosting my ward, boosting my everything, and then I can just jump into everything the way how I play and destroy them. I mean, look at this, right? I'm not losing a single point of HP, Chad. See, now we could officially get rid of the golem because I don't need him anymore. So we needed the golem to essentially tank a bit for us, to take care of our HP, right? To make sure we don't suffer. But that part is not needed anymore. We're not picking up a quiver. I never planned to play anything that needs a quiver. Seriously. I swear the game is fucking with me. I was farming the Spine of Melotros unique for my Warlock to play a build with it. Gave up and started playing Hammered In. Spine dropped. Well, see? There you go. You should be happy. You shouldn't be, like, mad at the game. You should just be like, yeah. 40% increased duration of chill applied by necrotic spells. Yeah, sure. Sure, Chad. Let's go. Where's the problem, right? More chill, more curse, more everything? Let's do it. I am very content now. Okay, and this is, by the way, why I also don't really like skipping content, because when I'm trying to now make a level guide for you guys, correct? When I'm trying to make a level guide where I explain what you should be going for, that comes together with having this aha experience, right? Now I made this experience finally of, okay, this is what I can do with Chaos Bolts, right? This is how I can keep myself easily healthy in any endeavor. Like I face dive in all these skeletons, right? And look, I mean, they damage me in the beginning, but they die also so fast that I can, no, I just, my heal paired with everything is just so high that I have like no issues keeping myself alive. And this is only with 1 point in, right? So we have only 1 point in. We can actually put 2 points in to get even more health. And we get even more health right now per curse. So we're like, you know, this is merely step 1. I went back on like being always mana starved to not really being mana starved. That's a good feeling. Because in the beginning it was really like, oh no, how are we ever going to get to the point where we are not feeling like mana is struggling? Well, that's actually very simple. You just need a few passive points, chat, here and there, and you just need your KS. Oh god, Jesus. I mean, I died, but my actual Chthonic Fissure is killing every single one. So like we're now with the teleports and everything, we're keeping our mana so nicely topped up. Yes, chat, I finally managed to die. After talking about being absolutely unable to die, we finally managed to get ourselves killed. I think it was only a matter of time until that would happen. Ah, nerds. What is your strongest build? I would say right now the Wraith Lord build. I like the volatile zombie build. I think it's the most fun build that will also like just get me where exactly I want to be. The thing is simply that the Wraith Lord build is just... The Wraith Lord build is just stupid. Mainly because the Wraith Lord is just stupid. I mean, like, honestly, having that Wraith Lord that just hits for gazillions and he can't die, and then on top of not being able to die, he just heals with every single critical strike, and then he just keeps doing the do. But like it's just levels of stupid that I can't even like put in words, right? I like how in the beginning of the game you essentially like fight one of these each, right? And then you get to fight both of them. Oh, no, I wanted to walk into that potion. No, pain. I was doing so well, chat. My under-leveled ass was doing so well. So yeah, the zombie build is good, but Wraith Lord, like you have a Wraith Lord that can deal up to millions of damage with the right equipment, right? And you put a curse on him that empowers him even more.
You should have seen this.
I've heard of your power.
Just levels of stupid. Okay, let's focus on the ammo. Can I actually have more than one fissure? Because I tend to like spam the fissures, but I just noticed. No, I've never asked that myself. Can I even have more than... I think 2 fissures is max, right? 1 fissure is max? I've actually never paid attention to that. I just keep spamming fissures. Zarek, you're such a weirdo. I mean, Zarek is just sitting inside at like one of these worms, right? I mean, Yell's weirdo for me. Undead ego weirdo, for sure. Is last Epoch coming to console? Not as far as I'm aware of. It's also not that simple to just port games to console. I mean, there's no port to console button, if that makes sense to you. Like a lot of people think it's just like, why don't they press the port to console button? But that button doesn't exist. Right?
Finally back in my own era. Looks like more foes will have to die yet if I'm to get off this mountain.
Hello, Flame Paladin. Honestly, I feel like these guys should be more sturdy, but they're not. Everything dies really fine. Nice. So yeah, console port, I think they're working on it, and they would do themselves a great favor. I mean, if they manage to strike a deal with Microsoft, that would probably be their best bet. So if Last Epoch somehow would land on the Game Pass, right, and be able to get Game Passed out, that would be insane. But then again, they just put Diablo on the Game Pass, so it's kind of like unlikely that that will happen, right? When you think about it, why would you put your competitor on the Game Pass? Then again, like, Microsoft should probably not care because more is more, right? I mean, even if Last Epoch was on the Game Pass, why would that hurt Diablo? It would just have more games on the Game Pass then. I know. Which build is this? This is currently Necrotic Fire Damage Warlock with self-heal included and other shenanigans. And it's not even done. It's essentially in the children's shoe development currently. Especially when it comes down to amulet to items, because I don't really know what kind of items I'm looking for. I mean, there is a helmet I want. That is per uncapped necrotic resistance plus. I'm getting ward per second, because right now with this build, gaining ward per second should be relatively simple. And I'm essentially going to be working on more ward per second that I am having on top of my passive health drain, also like a path of ward per second. That I would essentially end up just, it doesn't matter what I do, but I'm essentially just pulling myself upwards with some kind of defense. Right? That's like the whole plan currently. I think it's a good plan. Should be working quite nicely. And right now, we do actually have the fire resistance to do this. I was already wondering, do we have... Oh, that is a lot of paladins. See, now we teleport on them, we fissure them, we boot them. Is there a build guide for this yet? No. Main reason there's no build guide is because we're still cooking it up. So right now I have two things that I'm struggling a bit with. That is survivability, but I think that's like down to my passives. So I think like in the as soon as we're in a city, we're gonna double a bit with the passives. So my survivability could be a bit better, but that has to do a wee bit with armor. I would think like with better armor pieces, we should be moving in a direction where I don't feel like we're struggling here anymore. When we finished our heal, so we're essentially getting healed for casting Chaos Bolts. That's fantastic. Now we just need to consistently apply curse. Our ward over time is also slowly working. But yeah, what we usually do is we perfect these live on stream. So we play these live on stream, we level these live on stream, we enjoy this live on stream. And then you essentially are part of the development process, and you can bring yourself in, like, right, if you have something to say, if you feel like you have something to contribute, feel free to. We're always glad and happy to hear what you have to say. And then we make the best out of that. Because there's obviously very, very amazing people in the chat that have tried these classes out too. I always have something to say. What are your resistance looking like? I mean, my fizz resistance is ass, so non-existent, but honestly, I'm mainly just winging it here right now. I mean, we could take some equipment pieces that would give us more resistances, but my next step will most likely be fixing my armor and then working a bit on resistances. I mean, I get the fire resistance, so this is not too awful, because if you don't have any fire resistance here, it really stings, you know? But I'm not really looking to min-max these resistances here right now. Oh, that's cute. Zoomed up there. Oh, that was a lot of damage I took for that one teleport. Ow. Physical was your lowest when you ripped your 45. I mean, you don't rip anything, you can play it again, right? I mean, that's like unfortunate they die, but they're not gone for good. But yeah, physical resistance is literally the most important one, right? Because everyone does some kind of physical portion of their damage. Right? No matter what damage they actually deal, but they'll do some portion of physical on top of that. Fissure is going to be... Torment deals more damage. Yeah. Then we got the Curse. The Curse is now... Area Curse, Explosive Curse. Kill Threshold is better, yes. And then my Teleport is now giving me even more mana back. Yes. Are you playing Circle of Fortune? I play Circle of Fortune. I mean, Circle of Fortune is just no-brainer good to get exactly what you're looking for. So it feels like... you're kind of forced to play Circle of Fortune, right? Submit. No. Can I skip this? Main question is always, can I skip this? Right? Can I or can I not skip this? Pathetic. Do you have to go through the story every time? You can do dungeons to skip parts of the story, but you gotta be always careful, because if you do that, if you do dungeons to skip the story, you're gonna end up under-leveled somewhere, and you obviously gotta be able to do it. You like the game? Oh, it's plenty fun. Plenty fun game.
We don't have much to it, then you will have it, but Raya is the larger threat.
Yes.
Chop. Let's empty our backs for a second. Isn't there someone to reskill my skills here? A passives, I mean. My skills and passives. Okay, we're gonna go up to the tundra. Do the tundra first. My frost resistance does not exist. So now we get this one up. That one was important to essentially have like when you directly cast a curse. I don't directly cast curses. I don't do that. I don't do that. I mean, this is more intelligence and vitality, so more intelligence is important, right? Circle of Fortune is more fun. Yep. Did you play the game before 1.0? I played the game before 1.0 a little bit, but I didn't like the graphics, so I didn't play it much before 1.0. Man, like it was really graphics holding this back for me, where I was like, But it's not only the graphics, it was also the animations. So you got to keep in mind that the game was more clunky before and got way more smoother afterwards. So that does play a big role. For me, at least. Do we have the curse now? No, I think we need one more one more level for Chaos Bolts to have it truly to the level where we need it to be. Because then we're going to be consistently cursing things. Ow. Ow. Pain. You all die though. One more level to have Chaos Bolts hits. Chaos Bolts hits against cursed enemies cast Bone Curse at their location. Chat. So when I curse someone with this, and then I hit them with Chaos Bolts, then they get, you guess right, cursed. Right? Can you higher the amount of fissures active? I've not looked into that yet. I assume the answer is yes. Or do you need an item for that? That's a very good question. By the way, that was the question about dot stacking, right? And you can literally not play more dots. The dots are just like there. Yeah, you can get it to open too, but is that in the skills? It's in the skills, right? I haven't actually looked for that yet. Maximum amount of fissures plus. That would explain a lot of things to me. Get more fissures. Top left. I'll have to look into it. Oh yeah, I think it said more fissures, but somehow more mana or something like that. I don't remember. I remember reading something about it, but it was like weirdly conditional, and I was like unamused, and then I didn't skill into it. Fissures. Yeah, now creates a secondary fissure in the opposite direction. No, that was in the opposite direction, but I want more fissures. It was secondary. Fissure. Secondary. Is it just that? Or can I make more? No. Oh, you can make Chthonic Fissure a traversal skill. It's kind of funny. Wait, bottom left, you're saying. This one here? Or this one? Wait. No. Some spirit torment inflicted with infernal shade, then consume with Shane. Yeah. What am I missing? Oh. Chthonic Fissure deals more damage to rare enemies and bosses. The effect is doubled if the enemy or you are cursed. Oh. Oh. It doesn't fissure like curse things? It's weird. Spirit's not targeting you. No, the spirit's targeting you is weird. That one I didn't. Bottom right. You can get up to 3. Did I look everywhere but bottom right now? Yeah. Physical, by the way. No physical resistance, Chan. We need to pick up some physical items at least, right? Here, physical resistance. There you go. Got 8% physical resistance. Right side. Yeah, I didn't look right side. So that was... No, this is volatile zombies. You can now... Maximum fissures +2. Okay. You can now have additional fissures active at any time, but spirits are released less frequently. If fissure is placed over an existing one, the new fissure closes after 1 second. I mean, you have spirit frequency down, right? But would that matter when you essentially have more fissures? That's... Ow. Okay, sir. I didn't want to live anyways. So... That's like the thing.
It eludes me.
Would it be like a problem if if you anyways have more fissures. 100 stalkers will make you 45 go to sleep. Honestly, like my very first character suffered here a lot because, you know, like it was still me having to understand the importance of physical resistance. I think like my first character was also like not feeling very well here. And then the other time I went here, I instantly just had physical resistance maxed out. I was like, just screw that, you know? If we're ever terrified of them, the problem is you can essentially not avoid it, right? So the first pounds will hit you, and if then multiple of them attack you and they all pounds, it's kind of like whatever. So do I want more fissures? I mean, right now with the playstyle I'm playing, with the mana regeneration I'm playing, with everything I have going on, I guess I want to play with more fissures.
Impossible.
I assume that that is what I would like to do. Like we like that thing just jumped over everywhere just to get to me. Oh, hello, helmet. That's not the helmet we're looking for. Increase void and necrotic damage. Void and necrotic damage taken as physical damage. 88 armor, 5 more armor with other... Yeah, you know what? Here, more void and necrotic damage. And more armor. We're going places, Chad. Oh, I did not mean to do this, but there we go. And right now I gotta decide if I just want to have more fissures. Do I want more fissures, chat? What do you think? Is this what I really want? I think there's so much else you can do with fissures. The thing is, if you only have one fissure, right, then you only have to cast one fissure, which is really nice because you can cast one fissure, right, and then I can focus on my bolts, which is a cool thing. Then I don't have to like focus on anything else. Oh, do I have any cold resistance? I have 30% cold resistance, Chad. I mean, maybe I shouldn't just teleport in the middle of everything, but that's not an option, right? Not teleporting into the middle of everything does not seem like a feasible option. Imagine like casting your skills handish. No, that's not good. Oh, these ice thingies, yeah. I remember dying to these ice thingies consistently. Bam. Wait, where does it go? I think it goes down here. I think I'm on that. I forgot to take a potion. Oops, Chad. I mean, this is definitely my most died character yet, I have to say. Like the warlock, the necromancer died less. So I will have to admit that is definitely more of a struggle to me in terms of just staying alive. But as you can see, we're in a 46 area, chat. So I'm essentially just going ahead. Alex, the problem with the teleport is... Now, I think the main problem with the teleport is just that I'm too far. So again, like you might wonder, I'm just in a too far area because I skipped and now I'm still paying the iron price for that. I'm not even sure if I can finish the campaign the way I do it or if I just have to grind at some point. Because I might end up at a boss and just be like too low to actually beat him. Not sure how that will go. But yeah, it's a little bit like how they're called again, like in Diablo when you leave Blood Mist and every minion has you already hardcore locked on as you're leaving Blood Mist. You're like this, you shouldn't be able to do this because I'm technically obscured and hidden, right? But the game is like, no, we got you locked in, bruv. No, what you want to do? When the boss on 56, my 56 is kind of like the normal level, I guess. 52 to 56 is where you usually are at the end boss. I don't even know how far am I away again from the end boss. Like my memory leaves me at times. Level 43, Chaos Bolts. So now Chaos Bolts cast the curse, and curse does heal me, or casting on the curse does heal me. Let's see what we're getting now, Chan. Every cast of we're completely out of any kind of mana issues, which is just smexy sexy. Yeah, this is great. You have no chance, little shit. I started doing 85 monoliths, hit 77. Oh yeah, no. So like I started finishing the first set of monolith in like below level 80. So that is completely normal. Like the level 90 monolith, for example, you can do them with 80 and below. So it's not like you have to be what you have to be, but that's different in the end game. So while you're still leveling, it's a bit more complicated because you obviously don't have the amount of idols yet. You don't have the amount of passive points and whatsoever. Later in the monolith stage, level really doesn't matter anymore. So level is definitely more better in the beginning. I studied a great Wraithlord guide. Thank you for checking it out. One of my favorite guides to create there. Back here. Good little shit. Want to be more respectful towards your golem? Never. He's mine. He's mine to command. He's mine to little shit. He cannot stop me. Yeah, I kind of want to see the damage in the monolith now, because this is developing very nicely, especially with like the stacking bonus damage I can develop against bosses. This should be working out very well. I just feel like I'm missing one more level of damage right now, and that is probably caused by my missing final skill. So I'm not sure like which, like if it's soul feast on the souls of cursed enemies, dealing necrotic damage to them and drawing fragments of their souls back to you. The soul fragments each grant 3 ward when they reach you. Yeah, but that's weird because I literally don't want to have another cast. I want to just press a button and something happens. No, I need a 4th skill that has me press a button and then something happens for time X, and I don't need to actively interact with that, right? That's what we would right now want or need. That is the final horde. You can throw your things as much as you want, but you won't succeed. Oh shit. Ja, bitte. Machst du die Tür auf selber? Unterdrücken und dann gegendrücken. Hallo. Ja, du hast wirklich Lippenstift. Wer hat das denn gemacht? Die Mama? Ja, den kann man sehen. Natürlich kann man den sehen. Du bist wunderschön. Ja, du hast auch Lippenstift. Du darfst jetzt nicht trinken. Da habe ich Lippenstift überall. Bist du überhaupt beim Laser? Mhm. Bei der zweiten, ich bin bei der ersten. Was ist das große? Welches? Ah, das da? Das ist mein Golem. Guck mal. Das ist ein Roboter, der hilft mir. Ich habe einen großen, siehst du, der geht rum. Siehst du, boom. Das ist mein großer Roboter. Und der hilft mir, die Ziegenmenschen hier zu besiegen. Immer wenn der Balken weg ist, der rote Balken, dann haben die verloren. Yes, that's Arya. That's our 3-year-old who's deadly ill. Warum bist du jetzt hier unten? Was machen die oben? Und wer hat es denn runtergelassen? Hat die nicht aufgepasst? Du weißt nicht, ob die aufgepasst hat oder du hast einfach abgehauen. Hm? Yeah, they just flee, you know? When mom doesn't pay attention. Ja, bitte, Schatz. Ich brauche noch ein bisschen auf der Arbeit. Ich bin noch nicht fertig, Schatz. Warum? Du möchtest mit mir spielen? Ja, ein bisschen brauche ich noch. Okay. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Hi. That was very ill daughter number 2, who does not know what to do with themselves. No, you know, it's Sunday, and children have a room with amazing toys, but obviously Sunday is boring. But I think I'll strap her later to a buggy and just take her outside. I mean, fresh air is good for ill child. Just roam her around a little bit. Have her like enjoy the fresh air. I'm feeling so often that the main damage is really being just done by the bone curse, right? And you notice how, like, versus elites, I just need a little bit bonus damage output. I feel like now, like versus elite, there needs to be a next level of escalating damage. I need like some skill that allows me to take it even further. I mean, for rabble and everything, it's really simple, and the profane, the fissure and everything does enough damage, right? But I'm missing like this next level. Reversal skill cooldown. Increase damage over time while you have an ailment overload. I don't know what that means. I do not know what an ailment overload is. Or when you have too many thoughts on an opponent, that when you have an ailment overload. Is that thing just pushing frost on me? He is, right? Oh god, Jesus. I mean, I could probably just put the fissure on and then just keep running away, huh? Instead of having him like see like up. But again, we're coming to the point where like we do the damage, right? And it's reasonable, good damage. But we're missing this kind of like this next level extra bit. So I'm not sure if I just want more fissures, because if I would cast more fissures on the opponent, right, there's more spirits and they get pummeled more, or if I just need like more multipliers to get to the point where I feel incredibly healthy with, right? Take the blessed horn. Use the blessed horn in the tundra. Before we do that, we want to teleport back. Black Hammer, thank you for the 22 months of support. Black Hammer, great to see you there. Okay, we started at level 29, so we have made a reasonable progress right now. We got more idle slots. I don't have more idols though to put in right now. When we're currently hoping to put our cool helmet on very soon. That's more idle slots. Probably be digging out my idols soon, huh? A bit of resistance. I mean, resistance should all be 75. So I mean, what, like that's not a feeling. You essentially just need 75 to all resistances, right? Let me just teleport to the tundra. It eludes me. No one likes you. Wolves, tigers, everything.
Death will not take me.
Oh, more. More from behind. Machine gun bolts. The Necro have teleport? I mean, you don't have only one teleport. You have multiple ways to teleport. We have a simulacra where we create a copy of ourselves, then we teleport our soul into that copy of ourselves, and then we make the whole shit explode. Yep, Necro is kind of savage in this game. But yeah, we can also turn our chthonic fissure that we're using to spew like spirits now. We can also turn this into a traversal skill if we feel like, right? Then we can turn our skeleton mages into a traversal skill. I mean, the amount of skills you can actually turn into a traversal skill is kind of like nasty. Because it's like literally whatever skill you have is like, oh yeah, by the way, this can be turned into a traversal skill as well. Why? Oh yeah, why not? I don't understand the question. Obviously, this can be a teleporting skill. Why wouldn't it be, you know, possible to turn this into a teleporting skill? Why can't Diablo 4 have that? Because they hate us. Because they ain't us, you know? We're too powerful by our own right. Boop.
It eludes.
What does ward do? Ward is bury him. And the more and you can have ward per second, ward gain on kill, but ward deteriorates over time unless you have ward threshold. So the higher your ward threshold is, the higher passive ward you can keep. You can obviously overgain ward, and there's ways to like constantly gain amount X of ward. And there is actually ways to gain so much ward per second or on certain use that you essentially end up with like 50,000 ward plus, and you'll never be able to actually decay that, and you essentially end up being undying. Yeah, there's multiple ways to do that. It's quite cool. There is equipment pieces for it, a lot of experimental equipment pieces, especially from the XL mages. Yeah, more than possible, and not terribly hard to pull off. Okay, this one, and we're probably gonna have it heal us even more on use. Even more mana back. If I only have time to play one, what do you recommend, LE or Diablo 4? I mean, generally, like you can always play both. But in In last Epoch, you can definitely right now have more fun for your money. Right? Right, but no one says you also have to like actually engage in seasonal mechanics. I mean, you can just level up your Diablo character and then just enjoy having that character as well. I mean, playing through Diablo one time essentially and getting to the max level and playing to the story and so on is quite cool. It's a really good like first time fun experience, but I'd say right now for like the money to spend, if you don't have much gaming time, you can get further in this game, especially since getting like all the uniques and so on, all the very rare items that you would like to have, all the items that are necessary for builds, they're very easy to get. And they're so the advantage about last Epoch is if you need a certain unique, you go into your Circle of Fortune, you pick up Circle of Fortune quests that will help you to get a unique in a helmet slot or whatsoever, and then you are essentially just going to play the game and enjoy the game. So you don't have to do anything specific, right? So you don't have to do anything crazy where you're forced to engage with a certain mechanics or with a certain like kill certain boss 10 times to get items you're looking for, right? You don't have to farm any materials to just keep farming Duriel or what's on, which is kind of cool. Oh, do I have to hold the button for Profane Veil? I think Profane Veil is then a channel skill, isn't it? Oh, cool. Oh no, I should have channeled. I need to get used to Profane Veil right now. How that essentially works. Right? I can stay in my opponent essentially like that. So I can teleport in, I can fissure, and then I can Profane Veil if I want to. But for Profane Veil to be good, we need to wait for the last level up right now. Is the game a bit casual friendly? Very, very casual friendly. Especially the reskilling and everything is quite simple, so you're not going to be struggling on the reskilling. Okay, we need level 50 for my final skill, Chan. Then we get Profane Veil, and I can figure out what to do with this. So what I do, see, I can teleport in, and then I can just Profane Veil while my thing goes on. I like that. I mean, obviously, it kind of stops me from using my skills, but I can use it as like an oh shit button. Like, oh shit, I'm taking damage. I just do that, right, to get my ward back, because if we're now getting ward per second, it's actually really nice. If we're getting ward per second, then I can just use it as my oh shit button. And then get warp per second back, and then when I get out of it, I'm essentially stronger than ever before again. It's like, oh shit button, and then come out of it. That works quite nice. I like it. Yep, that works. That works plenty well. Okay, now we are having a blood mist, but we have a blood mist with a variable duration. That's interesting. Oh shit, I can still take damage over time. For the Drain Life attack, yeah, no, I don't want to play Drain Life. I just simply don't have the... It doesn't fit in the loop for this build, especially because if I need life, that's what you have Chaos Bolts for. Chaos Bolts actually heal you per enemy hit, and that double. So they heal you per enemy hit, and then they heal you again per enemy hit again. So it's kind of like if you hit a cursed enemy and if you hit a normal enemy. Really nice. 2 stages of healing in one skill. What about keys? Lightless Arbor. I mean, you want to start like Lightless Arbor. I think starts with level 20. Then the next one would be 55, if I'm not mistaken. So I started with Lightless Arbor when I had like level 60 or 65. So in the end game, you have to consider that every dungeon has a region to do. So for example, Lightless Arbor has a big loot pile at the end. Temporal Sanctum has you upgrade legendaries. So if you like, you only go into Temporal Sanctum essentially if you want to make a legendary. Ask a D4 question, sure.
Impossible.
So every dungeon has a reason to do. Then Soulfire Bastion is for gambling. At the end of Soulfire Bastion, you can essentially be like, I want to gamble for certain gear. So you can gamble for uniques there, exalted items, and whatsoever. It's kind of nice. Like every dungeon essentially has a specific goal set in mind, a specific reason to exist, and why it's there. Kind of cool. What do you dislike about the game so far? Graphics? I mean, they could just be better. No story. The end game is fun. Stops at level 90 though. So I dislike this. If you so the levels from 1 to 90 take as long as the levels from 90 to 100. It's kind of like to make the end game grind an end game grind. So when you like, you can get level 90 essentially, and after level 90 there's nothing to achieve anymore but getting level 100. And getting level 100 is literally just a patience exercise. It's not harder, okay? And that's where I'm like, why do this? You know, why keep me away from max level just to create this elusive, harder to reach goal? But you're just gatekeeping it not behind difficulty. You're only gatekeeping it behind time, right? And the same kind of goes like Last Epoch does do it the same way. So they essentially have that from Last Epoch. They do that the same way, so that like with the progressive XP. Diablo has something similar going on, that after level 85 you also take more XP to level up. But I always found these mechanics a bit bad in my eyes, because I just like, why? Just why? You know, why gatekeep me time wise? Like I don't need to be handhold, right? I don't need to be handheld. I don't see a reason to do this. So that's like probably one of the only things to bemoan in the end game. But it's just probably a personal disliking of this kind of mechanic more than it actually being a bad mechanic. There's probably people that can talk an ear off and tell you why this is actually good and why this needs to exist. You get a nice endgame guide for a minion condition build. Multiple. I mean, you have volatile zombies. We have multiple golems. So then you have volatile zombies, multiple golems. You have the Wraith Lord. So we got a bunch of cool builds for you. Sorgan. They're all on YouTube. Just look up the respective videos. They all have a Last Epoch 1.0 sticker, and they're all in the Last Epoch playlist. So relatively simple to find. Hey, I didn't feel like I should have died there. Shrubbery. I'm still not used to actually like panic using Profane Veil yet, right? I'm not there yet to actually use it in intimate times of trouble. See, when I now channel this counts as a channeling skill if I see that correct. That actually gives me ward. Yeah, I'm getting ward. That's cool. Counts as a channeled skill. Yep, even says it. But I finally found my way to get ward on channeling. Whee! It's actually nice, because then when I'm coming out of the Profane Veil, I'm even more sturdy than before. Okay, that's cool. See, I can go Profane Veil, and then I come out, and I'm sturdy. Cool. I like that. You tried to level a Warlock and it was tedious, you stopped at level 20. Well, so the problem with Warlock is that you need to reach the level 21 to get Chthonic Fissure. So you essentially start with an Acolyte. Acolyte is quite easy to actually level because of... How do I say this now? So usually when you're leveling Warlock, your Warlock Acolyte, you start with a little bit of minions, you add Hungering Souls, then Hungering Souls just on maximum necrotic damage. You get your Golem to kind of carry you, right? And as soon as you get Chthonic Fissure, things start like kind of changing. That's when the real fun begins, right? With the Chthonic Fissure, there's like a huge chunk of damage that's just increasing. And right now we have a very simple, like teleporty-esque kind of playstyle. I think your main problem was probably not using Transplant in combination with some other stuff, because that's really good. Especially like the curse. So this curse, the Bone Curse, can kill enemies with 12% life and below. So it's kind of like an instant execution that happens. Really good. I mean, who doesn't like to just instant execute things, right? But yeah, you need to get the Chaos Bolts too. But I'll probably make a level guide on top of the endgame guide. So that's what I usually do. A little bit of both.
I know things are all. Yeah, if all that is left is to take the
more idle slots. Do I have more idols to take? Let's check our general. Let's check our idle tab. Do I have your avoidance health? 43 health is kind of nice. All right. Damage over time. We'll have ailment overload. Ward per second during profane veil. What? Really? That's nice. Giving me like a huge amount of ward per second. That's cool. But right now, just getting more life. Okay, we need to go down to the Scorched Grove. Do you apply Bone Curse manually? Not at all. I never click Bone Curse. So I don't take any skills that need you to directly cast Bone Curse, because I feel like that's just yeah, that's like not the vibe, right? You want to automate things as much as possible. I mean, imagine the gameplay loop was teleport, curse, profane veil, and then our chaos bolts. I mean, like, seriously. Okay, again, I teleport, curse, a fissure, and then I bolts. That sounds shitty, and that for every pack. Okay, for every pack, it would be that, right? That sounds terrible. So instead, what we're doing is we essentially just teleport, right? So we teleport. The teleport auto casts the curse. So it's teleport, fissure, bolts. And if I get in trouble, veil. Teleport, fissure, bolts. Teleport, fissure, bolts. So that's kind of like this is a gameplay loop that considering that you're going through this is what you're gonna do, right? for the next 20 hours, kind of like this rotation, and then you just gotta like do it in a better way and stuff like that. But it's essentially what you're going to do.
We have Herod's blessing. We should get to the coast.
Even the gods cannot observe what
Travel to Deep Harbor.
It has underground rivers
Do
that
not
might take
let
us
it
there.
bind you. Farewell.
Are you planning to try an Aura of Decay build? I'm not sure what that entails, Exodia, my friend. And right now, we're planning to use as our main damage sources Fissure and Chaos Bolts, and to add Profane Veil as a bonus shebang. I am not yet sure if I want to turn Bone Curse. So what you can do is you can turn Bone Curse into an aura, right? So Bone Curse becomes a toggled aura which surrounds you but has a reduced area and drains your mana over time. You're also inflicted with Bone Curse. This is not compatible with the Oppressive Gaze and Illusion of Pain nodes. So Bone Curse would essentially Bone Curse yourself. This is possible to do, and I like this technically, because if you Bone Curse like that, I think you could still do the Bone Curse cast on teleport. So it's kind of like two things then. So you would have the aura and that. I'm just not sure what the advantage is of cursing yourself. I think there's a way to have that interact also together with, like there's an advantage of cursing yourself. I just don't know what that advantage yet is. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's a way to make use of that. I just literally haven't figured out how and what.
Death will not take me.
Yeah, some of the passive nodes give you a bonus if you curse yourself. See, that's what I assume, but I haven't like really dug into this right now to get to the point where I feel like this makes sense to dabble with. But that's where I'm saying like that there's so much more to this build that we can still go for, that we can still discover. Because right now this is like relatively basic what we're doing, right? It's a very basic gameplay loop. I do like the veil, so the veil is cool, but I also haven't looked into the veil yet, what I can actually all do with a veil, correct? Because I am not having the veil specialization. So my plan is right now, step next to look into the veil. And one thing that we also haven't looked into is what are we doing with come on brain, say it, uniques, right? I haven't looked at uniques yet. Hey Christopher, good to see you there. Happy that you're watching for such a long time. I hope you saw the Necro build this morning. We made the probably best leaderboard build, but I'm also willing to follow up with Blood Surge. It's gonna be interesting. I was Spellblaze doing 300k DPS, Buzzard. Yeah, we had the Wraith Lord up to like very high amounts of DPS. I really like that.
It eludes me.
Am I close to the end of the campaign?
Are you then?
I don't remember how close we are to the end of the campaign right now. Before we go on, I want to teleport back to the end of time. You can consume the Bone Prison from Bone Curse with Veil to create a lot of wards. See? Interesting.
Hello, traveler.
Okay, let's rip this point, these points out quickly. But mainly because I just want to... not sure if I want to lower my own armor. I want more points into intelligence and necrotic resistance. So that's what I need. Need to put these 6 points in here.
Hello, traveler.
Okay. I have 6 unspent points. We get 8. We get 4 here. We had... we started doing more intelligence, right? Because this is more intelligence. Ward threshold. Vitality. This is word per second. And needed that. So why do we mainly wanted to have the first skill with a necrotic? So we have over necrotic because there's one unique that we're going to be using, Chan, and the unique I'm planning to use is this beautiful helmet, the Bone Clamor Barbute, which gives me 1 ward per second per 3% uncapped necrotic resistance, and it gives me another 45 necrotic resistance plus. So if you push your necrotic resistance quite high, you essentially get like a huge amount of just ward per second for free without having to put anything in there, right? Where can you find anything to this build? You can't find anything about this right now because I am still in the concept stage for this build. So my main goal is right now to push to level 50 extremely quick, because with level 50 I will get the Profane Veil, and as soon as we hit 50 we're kind of at the point where I can make final decisions to how I want things to interact with each other, because right now I'm still not 100% certain how I want things to interact with each other, right? It's all like, we want Fissure, we want Chaos Bolts, so these are like the moving parts of the build. And we need to get the Profane Veil now onto the same boat. We kind of feel like how we do this. I mean, we already have our Bone Curse be, like, you notice we take a little bit too much damage, which is mainly caused by us having also not enough ward. So I do want to have more ward. We have the fire resistance to not be nuked. I mean, should probably just craft up some of my items. And I've been lazy on the crafting this time. And we could probably just make some of the items we have just better, and then be happy about it. But that's what I'm gonna do. I've actually not been crafting at all. Wow, yeah. You know, I've been not crafting at all this time with this character so far. No wonder. I was feeling the whole time something wasn't adding up. Something wasn't like computing, you know? That makes sense. I wasn't crafting. Ugh. How did I miss out on that? I'm going to essentially take my belt here, which I like. And that one gives me bonus health, for example. We can just have more bonus health. And then we can take the offhand. More damage over time. Right? Take the chest piece for... mana, critical, chance to shred armor and hit. Now here we can take the amulet and give it more physical resistance, right? And this one can be damage over time. Thank you very much. Right? So just making things a little bit better. This one can just have all resistance, elemental resistance here. We just push that one. Right? Now suddenly things are like looking vastly different, right? Suddenly we're not a pushover anymore because we boosted everything. And we do more damage. I just completely forget about the whole crafting part. I'm gonna be honest, I just literally forget that you can craft. I mean, like, no, I know you can craft, but I just literally didn't use it, right? Let your Warlock more fun. I personally find minions the most fun, and right now Warlock the second most fun. I will admit that I haven't experimented very much with Lich, so I can't really, like, I can't give you an educated call out there if, like, how much fun Lich is in comparison to Warlock, because I just haven't in-depth tested it yet. I've dabbled with it a little bit. I've watched some videos, but it feels like that Lich is just no noodles, no pasta, no soup, no broth. You know, it's just like, doesn't have a hand and a foot. Like something was always like where I felt it was lacking. Maybe I just didn't see the right builds yet. Who knows? You know, something was certainly missing that made me not so interested. I need more elite damage stack multipliers. That's what I need for sure. And if you're looking at this right now, our biggest problem is that our damage versus elites is not as high as it could be. So I need to find where's the damage versus elite and bosses nodes into the fissure and so on. Because that's right now where it's lacking, right? Like, so we want to kill bosses and we feel like, you know, against bosses, the damage is not as high as I want it to be. For both, for actually Chaos Bolts and for Fissure. I don't know if the curse can give me more damage versus bosses. I'll have to look into that as well. And I'm probably going to despecialize every skill and then respecialize every skill, and then I have to just gain experience back really fast. Word per second. Right now, this, like, I mean, we are again under leveled, right? But still, that doesn't excuse why we're feelingly not dealing the amount of damage I want to deal. What does this do? Damage reflected for skeletal mages? Nah. I mean, it does more HP though, so I'll take it. What does the belt do? That's armor, void resistance, poison resistance while transformed. 19 rage gain. Those are completely useless. Okay, where do I need to go back? Oh, I need to teleport back. I'm stupid. I just keep pushing forward while I just actually just have to go back. Bleeding Heart unique helps a lot while leveling with massive leech. Yeah, but you can't really recommend that for a leveling build, right? You can't be like, okay, if you get that certain unique, it helps massive with leveling. It's kind of like, congrats. You know, like congrats, like, you know, having a unique helps you with leveling. You're like, fucking thank you, bruv.
Impossible.
What am I to do with that piece of information? Why won't loot filter work for idols? Honestly, I've been trying to dabble around with loot filter for idols so many times, and every single time it just broke. So I just gave up loot filtering idols, and I just show them all, and I just look at them. So, yeah. I have tried. I have had the same frustration as you. I don't know what it is with idols. Maybe I'm just stupid. There's always a world where I'm just stupid. Okay, I am surprised at how much damage Profane Veil does, though. Like, I see, like, Profane Veil not really as a damage skill. Like, you know, I'm just looking at it as a maybe I can escape skill, but jeez. You know, you go in and then Profane Veil, and suddenly everything dies. Especially, like, Veil paired together with Fissure does seem to be, like, very nasty. How you thought you had me, but I had you first. Could that Veil also interacts nicely with Bone Curse? Could that be? Yes, you can take potions while you're in the Veil, it seems. Yeah, it was nice to meet you all. You're all dead. Little shits. Volatile Zombie looks exactly right for me. Oh, Volatile Zombies is like love. It's like only love and that's it. Okay, what do we have here? Chaos Bolts hits have a chance per intelligence points to cast Rip Blood at the target enemies. Huh. Cute, but I don't need that. Chaos Bolts hits against cursed enemies has a chance to cause you to recast Chaos Bolts from their location towards another nearby enemy, consuming a portion of its mana cost. The recast has a minimum range of 5 meters and will not cast at enemies within that range. What? What? Okay. Wait, so Chaos Bolts against cursed enemies have a chance to cause you to recast Chaos Bolts from their location towards another nearby enemy. Huh? That makes sense? Is that good? I mean, I kind of feel like I want Chaos Bolts like area to explode harder. Additional projectiles, but it's a higher mana cost. Chaos Bolts hitting one of your volatile zombies cause it to instantly explode. You know, I don't want to do that. Okay, Chaos Bolts can consume more mana to do more damage. I think that's probably what I want, right? I want Chaos Bolts to give me mana. And then to, like, let's try this one out to see where it goes. We get this one. This was Cursed Limbs. This was maximum damage. This was actually make a Vanguard, but I don't think I need this. Bone Curse deals more damage with other modifiers, but falls off after a few hits. Bone Curse has a chance to reduce enemy armor. Seeing like what I want to do. Bone Curse deals more damage with other modifiers, but now only affects a single target. There Bone Curse against boss opponents? Not really, right? Right now, Bone Curse deals more damage multiplicative with other modifiers. It's usually what you want to go for, right? We had this for frenzy, for mana. We actually don't need the mana that much anymore, right? Transplant was okay, so this one, wait, this can go up to 15%. Interesting. Huh. A code. Transplant's base physical damage is converted to necrotic damage. Yeah. We do want that too, right? I mean, if Transplant is going to do damage, like, at least have it be necrotic, I guess? Because we're doing necrotic, right? Necrotic is our bread and butter, so might as well just have the Transplant. Yeah. That's actually nasty, dude. We're just teleporting all these dudes in there. They're just getting screwed. Like, look at that. That's very nice. Also leveling my second char using what I farmed on my first, like, boost progress where I can. I mean, yeah, but like, obviously, like, if you already have made a char, making a second char, it helps to get certain uniques. But that's why I like to level up. Then I like to, you know, essentially tell you what would be good in the end game. And if you by chance have one of these uniques early on, then you use that. Right? It's 100k gold. I mean, you have gold. Gold is not an issue. I mean, if you play the game, you have gold. Just do enough monolith and you're gonna be swimming in gold. It's not like you ever get to the point where you're like, oh man, I'm kind of out of gold, right? Wait, am I only here? I thought I'm almost done with the campaign. No, I'm barely done with the campaign, right? Jeez, I thought I'm way further. I mean, we definitely did a little skip that helped, but what I'm asking myself is I will have to go back to do some more side quests, right? I'm asking myself if I have to go back to do some more side quests. Quite, thank you. You're poor because you shut out everything. Don't worry. Just focus gold nodes then. I mean, you essentially have the opportunity to focus on gold monolith, right? I mean, you don't have to go for items. You can just go for monolith and then for gold. Done. Simple. There's a lot of gold to be had there. Oh, look at you, you cutie pie. Profane Veil, suck him dry. Sorry, what? Just doing what needs to be done, Chan. If you won't, I will. At the end of the day, idols are like the least thing you're getting. I guess when it comes down to idols, just hide the idols from other classes, right? So that potentially hide the idols from other classes, and then just focus on.
This has gone on long enough. Ah, I see you helped clear out the rabble down here.
Enter Life Tower. And then I would not even mess with the rest because the rest doesn't matter. I thought you had me, but I'm better. Okay, level 50 incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone. Flibbity clabbity, flibbity, hibbity habbity. Because with level 50, we're finally going to be able to put Profane Veil. I don't want to spoil myself, so I could just look up right now what you can do with this. But I kind of like to look at the skill when I'm in the moment, you know, when I finally can do it and what I then will do with the skill. It's for me the best joy. We just need more damage versus when we get like the heal, right? So I'm on him. I'm putting my fissure down. Well, I mean, I could use Bone Curse as an aura, I guess. Because right now, look at my mana. My mana is never dipping, right? I'm essentially infinite mana. So if I would use the Bone Curse as an aura, I at least had a spender. I'm just not sure about the implications of cursing myself. What would that do? I would assume I take more damage if I curse myself, right? But there must be an advantage to cursing yourself too. Right? Can't just all be doom and gloom cursing yourself. There gonna be something good about it. Right, chat? You're at Monolith to 50 or something and then skip the whole act when you clear Temporal Sanctum. Yeah, so you could do that, but I'm going through the story here. I mean, end of the day, you have to do the side quest anyways, right? To get all the passive points. Because else you won't get the passive points, correct? Else you won't get the idols unlocked. I mean, right now I don't have all my idols unlocked. I'm sad.
It eludes me.
I'm not sure if I have to do backtracking for some idols later on. Probably my only complaint for alt characters. Like, I mean, I went through all these side quests already to unlock all the idols and passive points. So why do I have to do it again? Path of Exile has the same thingy. Like it's almost like they hate alts. But like, you know, if I already did it, it would be really nice to not make me do it every single time again. Right? Level 43 should have all passes unlocked. Yeah, that's the problem is that I skipped content by going through the Lightless Arbor. So I did a Lightless Arbor skip, chat. Yeah, in case you didn't know that, but Pony did the Lightless Arbor skip. That's also why I'm like only level 48 in this 51 area. Profane Veil into a massive ward by Bone Prison. I don't know yet if that is the combination I'm looking for. Or if there's another thing. Preferring Chaos Bolts to Spirit Plague. I kind of like how Chaos Bolts look. You know, it's like Chaos Bolts. Come on. Yeah. That's why I use Chaos Bolts, right? Kind of cool.
God be with you. Good boy.
It eludes me.
So that's the main reason why we case balls, case balls, case balls. You know? No? Really? Not a little bit? No? No? Yeah. Biggest problem was doing the things early that you weren't able to use the gear you dropped. Yep, that's pain. Reasonable pain. What was this here? Word per second while during Profane Veil, and then word per second per day. What is like curse? They're like when I curse myself. So spell damage for curses. Increase area for curses. A portion of damage you do is returned to you as over 3 seconds. What? Wouldn't that make sense to take as every single warlock? It's almost like you're wasting by not taking that. Double damage chance. Your hits a chance to deal double damage. Additionally, your hits have a chance to deal double damage per curse on the target. When damage leaves you below curse, you have a chance to gain haste for seconds when you kill a cursed enemy or hit a cursed boss or rare enemy. I don't directly cast curses. I mean, I can get a lot of intelligence plus, which is actually really nice to see. Like the amount of int you can get plus, right? If your alt is a different faction, can you still use the shared stash gear? I think so. I mean, the faction is just for your progress, I guess. You know, for that personal weird ass progress bonus.
He's what I buy.
Oh yeah, so this is the final. No, this is still not the final act. Jesus. And how much longer until I'm done? I thought, I'm always thinking like clearing the temple is the final one, but after the temple you got to do snow. Wait, you don't have to do snakes, right? Snakes? No, you don't have to do snakes. After I clear temple, I'm done. Right? After I clear tentacle monster.
Your death has come.
I think he's the last have to do.
It eludes me.
No, you have to do snake. True, yeah, like you have to do snake too, right?
It eludes me.
Trading routes are weird, yeah. Circle of Fortune for the win. Screw trading. Seriously. Profane Bayo? Yeah. You thought you had me, but you didn't. Because I Profane Bailed. The Profane Bail feels just very good. I can tell you.
Impossible.
Yeah, right now my only goal is to get level 50. Because then I kind of have like the build done, right? I mean, undone, but you get what I'm saying, right? Now the last changes I did to the build definitely boosted our damage nicely. Also crafting. Honestly, I guess the biggest hurdle I had to take right now was not doing crafting. Like seriously, there's actually no reason I didn't do crafting, chat, apart from me being just, I literally forgot to craft. So that's where I get punished now, right? For forgetting to craft. Because I was taking like, I was missing out on hundreds and thousands of health essentially. That's on me. Gather axe. Don't remember why I gathered axe. I just know you had to. Come on, give me that level. Give me that level 50. No, you want to. And like you notice how we're barely now dying, so that's kind of cool to see. How we went from like very hurty to undying calamity. Always my favorite progress in any ARPG, right? When you reach that point where it clicks. Excited for some Blood Surge action. I mean, we'll start with Bone Storm and then we'll see if Blood Surge could be faster. My problem is that I'm doing both on the same character, so I can't like really do it side by side.
Impossible.
To decide what kind of videos I want to make out of the leaderboard. But if opportunity is had, do I always kill Shade or keep target farming and going further in the web? I would kill Shade. Sure. Make the corruption higher. Do it.
Yes, it would be wise to leave immediately.
It's not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. There are stupid questions. I swear to God, there are stupid questions, Chad. But mostly there are no stupid questions. But no, you want to kill the Shane. I mean, he's just like, at the end of the day, more corruption, more loot, more awesome, more fun, you know. I mean, so far I've jumped at every chance to kill the Shade. It's too much fun not to do it. I mean, he's also like a fun fight, so that's that, right? Gotta consider what you're doing there. You're having fun. We're gonna use the Torment build. I don't know what I'm using yet. I'm right now I'm focusing on Chaos Bolt and Fissure and Bone Curse. I don't even know what the Torment build is, sir. I mean, this is some home-cooked, homebrew shenanigan here right now. And we'll see what that turns into.
Impossible.
Right now it feels very good. How's last Epoch so far? Asking because of the Steam reviews. I mean, the Steam reviews are people just moaning about the online connection, I guess, and not about the actual quality of the game. Because the quality of the game is undeniably awesome. Like no matter what you think about the online play having like a few scuffed moments during launch, the game itself is just amazing. So, you know, I haven't read the Steam reviews, so I don't know what they're saying. Like, I literally don't. I assume it's because of people just, you know. It's usually people complaining that they can't play online. Like that. I got scammed. Right? Sirens and Sailors? Was Sirens and Sailors doing me just experience? Yeah. My boots currently same. Increase movement speed, health. Here. Movement speed. And health. A little bit of crafting, Chan. Elemental resistance and fire damage. Good. Don't worry. Me just randomly making my items stronger. My main goal was to get my elemental resistance up all 75. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Chat, this close. If you were to stack life while not damaged recently, well no. I mean, it should work, but it seems like so many extra steps, and it's not needed.
And again, yet you persist. If you wish for Lagon's
Okay, open this door. What do you think? Do we have it to beat the boss, Chan? I feel like we're gonna be missing boss damage to kill Lagan right now. But I again don't know how to hire my boss damage. You know, this is right now my biggest lacking issue. How do we hire boss damage with this? I mean, survival is now on point, right? We get the HP to not die anymore. So that's good. Stupid ogres are getting destroyed. Shellfish are being oh, level 50, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now the fun begins. Okay, level 50. Let's see. What do we have? First, we have one more fissure point for more damage. Then we put the Profane Veil in here. Okay, what can Veil do for us? Profane Veil lasts longer if you move faster while in it. You now cleanse all negative ailments on you when you enter Veil. Costs less mana. Profane Veil area inflicts penance to enemies, which is a curse that causes enemies to take fire damage when they hit a target. Base necrotic damage is converted to fire. No, we want to do this. Area has a chance to slow enemies each second. Damage reduction from armor now also applies to damage over time taken while in Veil. While Veil, you move faster and it has a shorter cooldown, but you can no longer change direction while concealed and it has a shorter duration without being able to extend its duration. What? Profane Veil's base necrotic damage? No. Profane Veil's area now consumes your minions, and consuming minions this way grants you ward equal to a portion of their maximum health, as well as extending its remaining duration by a small amount. Ah, interesting. Okay, that all makes no sense currently. I mean, right now, like every single thing in Profane Veil is kind of like, what? You deal more global damage to cursed enemies while in Profane Veil. I guess? Directly casting a curse skill reduces Profane Veil. It's no. Profane Veil affects a larger area. Profane Veil gains additional effects. You now fear nearby enemies. Oh, this is also bad. Costs less mana and deals more damage. Yeah, I guess this is here. Costs less mana. Deals more damage. You now create a secondary Profane Veil area that is detached from you and moves towards enemies, but Profane Veil has a higher mana cost. You now cast Bone Curse when you enter and exit Profane Veil. Yep, let's go. That sounds exactly like stupid. While in Profane Veil, you consume 6 mana to cast a Profane Orb each second that seeks out enemies. Yeah. Yeah. Profane Veil also does place marks of death to enemies, but enter Veil place marks of death to you. Yeah, that's fine. When you apply mark of death to an enemy or yourself by any method, all stacks of damned and poison on them spread in number of Okay, I want the... Let's see. Yeah, Veil. Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, yeah, that's that. I like that. I like that. You know what the interesting part is? So you have to understand that when my enemies are cursed with Bone Curse, they explode. So right now I have Bone Curse to the point that when something puts Bone Curse on them, they explode. So that means when I Bone Curse when Veiling and when then my Veil kills things, then yeah. So essentially I make everything explode, and then I make everything explode again, and then I make everything explode again. Actually really funny. Okay, this is great. I love it. That's interesting. That is very, like, I think we can do some interesting stuff with Veil here. Okay, we could reduce the mana cost, cleanses all things. I think Veil duration increase could also be intriguing. The secondary area from Forked Tongue is now created at the target location, but Profane Veil costs additional mana. Nah, it doesn't make sense. I think I want to have the duration increase right now. So we have this Bone Curse thingy where enemies afflicted by Bone Curse have a chance to explode on death, right? So that's like a nice little addition. That whatever we Bone Curse can also explode to then do more damage to surrounding enemies. So I guess the base thing we want is to reduce both Profane Veil's cooldown too, or to make us move faster in the Veil. Okay, that like Veil is slowly moving into the ability of a nuke skill because it just adds like really nice bonus damage, but it's not there yet where you want it to be as a nuke skill, you know? I mean, it's cool, right? It does significant damage and it kind of works, but I think there's still like a road to go down before I feel like Veil has arrived where I want it to be. I mean, we definitely want to also have Veil leech health, I guess. I mean, more duration also means more damage, so that's good. And we probably want the bonus damage versus curse while we're in the Veil. Because if I then have my fissure running and then I Veil around, then I would do bonus damage, so that would technically work out. I mean, Veil is funny now, like that. I definitely got more dynamic with this, huh? Oh, wrong direction. I need to turn around. You fucked up your Necro build. Hey, you can just redo your Necro build. It's fast. Come on, you got this. Or are you poor and you can't redo your Necro build? Like when you're poor, that's a problem. We'll admit that. So we're getting to a point where I feel very confident. Interesting. I thought Profane Veil is going to be like a shitty skill, and I think there's a bunch of uniques that also interact with Profane Veil, so I have to look that up. Because this is like a whole layer of the builds that's missing, right? I mean, right now this is fun, but I'm essentially like have no clue what kind of uniques I could be using to boost my damage, right? What kind of uniques are there to make this build like to a level that I don't even know is possible. Right, Moylane, thank you for the 34 centuries of subber dubbers. Moylane, very good to see you there. Hope you're feeling good.
I swear, if I find out who designed this temple, I will tear their soul to shreds myself.
Okay, what was this? More duration, more movement speed? Or are we going, you deal global damage multiplied with other modifiers to curse enemies while in Profane Veil? I think that might be better, right? From Veil to base now is converted to physical. We don't need that. Increase the frequency of profane orb per increased cast speed for curses you have. Okay, that's more damage for profane orb. Okay. Like I feel like I want that for more damage while I'm in Veil, because that's like the thing, right? Where we're currently trying to be like more damage while we're in Veil, and then we just deal more damage in general.
Impossible.
That's Lyeth. Come out wherever you are. Exactly, we do this, we do that, and then we Veil her. That's not really much more damage than I was hoping for. Okay, we're still at the problematic scenario of feeling like we're not doing the boss damage right now. I mean, we are like we clear everything that is like in a group, right? Veil. How many orbs can you make? Yeah. I mean, before I go fight the other end bosses, we'll have to find some more damage. I mean, my volatile zombie build was just nuking her, right? So like I'm comparing this currently like to the volatile zombie build, because it was just absolutely obliterating her. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Like 10 times over dead. Question rather is, am I missing that one skill to multiply the multipliers, or am I lacking understanding? You know? But is it me lacking understanding of how some of the skills work, or am I just, you know, missing out on one of the multipliers to multiplier?
Unpredictable. I was trying to protect everyone.
That is the big question. Still my first character, loving it. Just need to get that helmet. Vinny, the helmet is so easy with the Circle of Fortune. You can get it. Come on, brother. Full thrust ahead. My favorite boss. The first time of me facing him without any kind of summon, huh? Goodness, we're doing so few damage. Yeah. I mean, we're like relatively safe in still executing our plan here, right? So that's a good thing. You are starting to bore me. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying, sir. It's taking some time there. I'm really trying, ma'am, sir. You have to do gauntlet prep. I mean, you have to do nothing, sir. You choose to also not interact with the gauntlet. Where's the... Oh, there's two more. Ah! Haha, you can't hit me. Can't hit me. Ow. I mean, one thing I'll say though is, right, we might be feeling like doing less damage, but the other builds have always been squishier. So the Warlock now with the fissure and everything on top feels like very tanky for this. I'm not sure if I can actually go through this or I'm gonna be hit, right? I feel like if I'm playing Orb, I should probably go for the maximum Orb damage. Yeah, I think that's a mistake I'm going for here right now. You know, if I'm already going for the Orb, if I'm playing Profane Veil with that, probably... Oh, we're better! You suck, login! Eat ass! Oh. How do you keep the mana up? With Transplant. So first and foremost, my Chaos Bolts are themselves keeping my mana up. As you can see, I'm not really losing mana. My Chthonic Fissure is keeping my mana up, and my my teleports, every single teleport I do gets me mana back as well. You know?
Gods be with you.
So essentially, stacks on stacks on stacks. Keeping my mana up. What's your favorite Souls games of all time? Actually, it's Lies of P.
I only wish. Sure, neck. It will be a long.
To be honest, Lies of P is just so damn good. Wait, which ship do I need to board? Wait, isn't there a person I can board usually? Who am I missing, Chan?
You met. I only wish we could have won Liath. Sure, next. It will be a long road to Magelka.
I'm ready.
After.
Yeah, I want to say I'm ready. Thank you. You Chthonic Fissure use all your mana. Do you have the 3 points in? Sorry, I'll show you. You need the 3 points in... 2 points in Fragile Crust. Chthonic Fissure costs less mana and it refunds some of the mana it costs if there is a cursed player, rare enemy, or a boss within 20 meters when you cast it. That's quite useful. I mean, you can even curse yourself. So always get the mana back. Keep in mind that you can't have more than one fissure. So like maybe you're spamming fissure, but you can't have more than one fissure. So one fissure lasts for 6 seconds, right? And that's where you're essentially just fissuring once, and that's it. So it's like, because the Chthonic Fissure is not like a spender spam skill like that. Chthonic Fissure is essentially like a cast and then move, and then cast and then move, and then cast and then move. So. Like I cast one fissure, as you can see, like one fissure. That's it. Here, one fissure. Then I teleport. Then we use chaos bolts, right? And then another fissure. Teleport. Go into the veil. Ah, haha, you thought you had me, you little shits, but you didn't. That was funny, actually. And these dudes are so annoying if you don't have the physical resistance to counter them. Luckily, I have physical resistance, right? Oh, that is a lot of dudes. Seriously. That would have been my death if I was just vulnerable there. You're dead. Well, that reminds me, I haven't actually tinkered around with my weapon in a while. My spell damage should work for my spells, right? Spell damage work for my spells, chat? Oh, like your Necro guide? Thank you. I like my Necro guides too, sir. we're two. I like them too. Here's spell damage. Okay. Just boosted my damage quite some. Okay, Perfect Veil upgraded. Let me actually like boost this one. Oh, Veil can be so beautiful. But we're back. Restarted the game a few days ago. Honestly, like, it's really worth it to restart the game with 1.0 because it just does feel vastly different. You feel like you're playing a new, different game, right? You're not feeling like you're playing the same shebang you've played so many times. Now, it does feel like you're finally,
I also want to, like I said, it is part.
When do I know if I have all the passive points from... I mean, idle slots is obvious, right? I have all the idle slots unlocked now. Congratulations, Chad. We've done it. But when do I know if I have unlocked all the... other things? The passive points.
Farewell.
Hello. Stay safe.
Map shift? Yeah, but no. The map, like, there's more idle quests than you can have idols, for example. I'm not sure if there's more passive points quests than you can have passive points. You know what I mean? So that's more my question. So I know in the map screen that there is like the quests here, right? So, passive point rewards. Ah, that's what you're meaning. Okay, so I got them all. Ah, yeah, now I see what you're saying. Okay, so I've never paid attention to that one. Now I feel vastly smarter. That's actually good. So I got them all without even trying. Cool. Okay, we're doing way more damage versus elites suddenly. I just don't know why. I mean, it might be because I picked up items with spell damage. Could that be that I just boosted the spell damage on my... Yeah. Could that be because I just boosted the spell damage on my items? Is it that simple, Chan? Did I just like literally just use better items? It might be just that, right? My items were shit before. It's simple, like, you know, sometimes you're just... Is it me or is it the game? Nah, it's me. Is it me or is it the game? It's me. It's me. It's me. 100% me. Like, they don't even ask. It's me. It was me from the beginning. It was me from the end. It was me the whole time. Yeah. So that one was Void Lightning spell damage. See, this one is like already 17% spell damage plus. So you can just take this, right? Take the spell damage again and beep, up. And now we're at another 47% spell damage plus, right? Fantastic. I'm lazy. I'm just making myself more mean. I still feel like, despite like boosting all of this, that I'm missing the one skill. I haven't taken like the skill that allows me to literally shit on bosses. And I'm not sure, is it like Bone Curse? Like, do I have to change something in Bone Curse to do more boss damage? Do I have to change something in Profane? Because Profane Veil can't be it, right? Profane Veil is not my answer, my magical answer to everything. We'll investigate. Oh, wow, but the damage is just so much higher now, right? I think okay, well, look at that, guys. Remember what number this was before, Chad? Do you remember what number that was before? The number that was before was actually 300. You know what I finally start noticing? How I have played only minion builds, and due to playing only minion builds, I might have underestimated how much you can boost your own damage, if that makes sense. Because I've been playing minion builds, right? And if you play minion builds the whole time, the only thing you boost is kind of like minion damage, right? You don't boost your own damage. So that was simple to do. Right now, I guess it just took me ages to understand that I actually needed to boost, you know, my damage. For this to make sense. I mean, suddenly we're like, I kind of want to go back and kind of see like how I could boost this even more. You boost spell damage too if you do explosive zombies. Well, minion spell damage, but like I haven't had a need to boost my actual own spell damage for zombies much. I mean, sure you can, but I haven't had the need. Yeah, you can also boost your damage to necrotic resistance. See, like there's a lot I can do, but it's like I have literally like, yeah, I've been forgetting essentially that I'm not playing minions anymore. So step 1, forget to craft. Step 2, forget to actually hire my own damage. I feel a little bit stupid now. Like the most basic things. Like this is day and night currently, right? I mean, how much a few multipliers can suddenly make in a different way. I mean, what do we do? We essentially get a weapon now with what is it? 75% spell damage plus, and it does another 30 plus 38 spell damage, right? So that does quite the difference. Wait, so since I have all these side quests and so on, I don't need to do any more side quests. I can essentially ignore side quests now, and I can just zoom through because I have all the side quests done. PoE 2 is going to shock the world. I mean, PoE 2 is exactly going to be that, PoE 2. And it's going to be great, right? But it's still just PoE 2. I don't know how to convey that, like, without trying to talk down on it. Because, like, unless they're making the game vastly more casual friendly, PoE 2 will be a success, but still not this million-player success.
I understand your fear.
You can already go to maps. Wait, can I now skip the campaign because I've beaten it once already? Can I just do Monolith now straight away? Okay, I mean, let me test. I have. Is it because I like this is my second character? Vandervold, thank you for the second month, by the way. No, well, thank you. Yeah, so the thing about PoE 2 is that for PoE 2 to be a mass, like PoE 2 will be a success, but to be like this super massive success, it literally needs to be dumbed down a bit, but I'm not sure how much you can dump it down because people are obviously looking for PoE to be this complicated experience, right? They don't want it dumber. Okay, what I need right now is helmets, guys. I need to find my unique helmet on my levels so I can actually start using it. Is there? Yeah, okay, my damage is so much more right now. What the fudge, guys? I mean, seriously, how long did? Godness. I've been just struggling through this right now without like using crafting and everything. Like I've literally forgotten the basics. I feel so stupid, Chan. And I've still been doing it, right? I've been essentially playing in hard mode for no reason.
It eludes me.
I feel a little bit stupid now, Chan. I'm happy we rediscovered crafting though, so don't get me wrong. That explains also my boss damage. I kind of want to find now a boss to figure out like if my damage is higher. I mean, it's still not there where I want it to be. So I think like this is not an equipment question at this point. This is like, right? Still for boss damage, there is some other stuff to get down that we're feeling this. Done. Still, do we want to go for multiple fissures too? Something. Oh yeah, there's a mage. We always had like struggles with the exiled mages that we wouldn't just kill them fast enough. Oh yeah, look at him. Look at him just getting eaten by that veil. Okay, yeah, cool. That's what I was looking for, Chan. That's what I wanted. Woo! Okay, seconds frenzy after you use a traversal skill increases frenzy effect. Yeah, let's just do this. Oh, I can't actually just do this. So much shatter stuff.
Impossible.
Well, that's the only downside, right? That we're now having like this problem where 5% increased health. Where we're items.
Yes.
Didn't expect to get this far today. Where did I put my... See, this helmet is the one I want to put on. Bone helmet, but I need level 65 for that. Is there any rings that help Warlock, Chad? Any relic? Is there a relic I have that helps Warlock? Sphere. Increases volcanic orb damage. Increases curse damage. Bookkeeper's nest. Bees. Bees? What the fuck? Bees? Knowledge and erased mage relic. +1 to mage skills. Okay. When you find that helmet? Oh, I have that helmet since forever already. different like thingy. But what we can do is we could unlock during the campaign. Wait, I don't have the observatory unlocked yet, so I can't teleport there. Oh, that's scam. Dude, you're telling me I'm essentially forced to unlock the observatory at least, right? Is that it, chat? Do I at least have to unlock the observatory? Okay.
It eludes me.
Oh, hello, body armor. What's this? Less elemental damage taken, increased elemental damage, increased critical strike chance, elemental damage leeches health. Wow, that sounds so good. Just not for me. You know? Honest, that profane veil is so much damage.
Will not take me.
Holy moly.
It eludes me.
Did you follow a leveling build? No, I did not follow a level build. I leveled with what I leveled here, and it's actually really efficient leveling if I didn't do the mistake of ignoring crafting completely and essentially like picking up the right things I need to pick up to get this to work. So no, I don't think like I don't think you need to differentiate between a level and a whatever build. You can essentially just level with the endgame build you feel like. I mean, obviously, like in the first levels, you always need to take some different skills because you just can't take everything right away, correct? So you need to take, like, for example, I had my golem with me until I got the rest of the stuff. See, still some boss damage missing there. We killed that guy, right? But not to the point where I'm like, yeah, we completely shit on him, right? We didn't like give him like a new butthole styling. Yeah, you basically just run here with 10 meters away, probably. Here, more damage on this. That was the. I'm still not sure about the Seed of Chaos casting, if that is so useful. Whenever you cast Chaos Bolts, you gain a stack of destructive intensity up to a maximum. Each stack reduces the target area and improves Chaos Bolts' base critical strike chance. If you go 2 seconds without getting stacks, all stacks are lost. What? What? Ja, bitte? Warum musst du denn da sein? Ja, danke, Mama. John. Well, this is unfortunate timing, but that's more boss. See, this is more boss damage, and I think this is what I needed. Chad. More boss damage, and this effect is doubled if the enemy or you are cursed. Good. I need to leave now. I'm sorry. I'll be back tomorrow, though, for more. I need to run. Thank you very much for coming and watching. I'll be making sure to prepare a level build for this one. So we're gonna be making a level video. Since I do really think Warlock is fantastic for leveling. That being said, thank you for coming, watching, lurking, chatting. Do check out the other videos on the YouTube. I need to run because my daughter needs my help. Thank you for being here with me. Have a great, good rest of your day.